Kia ora everyone, no mai, hana mai, hello and welcome to Cowles Stadium. Been here for a while, since 1961. Sky Broadband rapidly coming your way this afternoon. The Rams up against the Saints. Mad March is alive and well, and we are expecting some fireworks here today. Sal's NBL not too far away. Justin Nelson with you, sitting right alongside me. 4-time Sal's NBL champ, the superstar himself, Casey Frank. A very good afternoon to you.
Always a pleasure to be down here in the Garden City and about to enjoy some rapid league action from two teams that have been playing pretty well to start the season.
Yeah, two teams that'll go hard, there's no doubt about that. Let's have a look at the ladder as it sits at the moment in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Great start for the reigning champs, the Nelson Giants. You can see the Saints there in 4th, the Rams in 6th, both with a similar record.
And you're looking at the second half of the ladder, the Hawks just out the sides of the 6th, but you look down at the bottom, Sharks winless still, haven't been able to get it off as the Jets pulled off a fish victory last night.
Yeah, don't forget all points scored by teams and conceded by teams in the Rapid League get transferred over into the Sal's NBL as well. Here's the all-important result so far of week 3. And there's been some close ones.
Some very close ones, in particular that Nuggets-Jets game earlier in the week. Fantastic. The Panthers always seem to come down to the wire in the Rapid League, getting a victory over the Phi on their home court. The Giants remaining undefeated. The Hawks with another nail-biter against the Airs, and the Jets finally getting into the winning ledger, holding the Sharks winless in the Rapid.
Tuatara and the Giants to come up a little later today as well. Well, let's have a look at the Saints starters. Love the uniforms of the Map Mills Albert Wellington Saints. Dougal Meter, Evans, Heke, Pilcher and Richards. And if nothing else, this team, they absolutely get up and down the court quickly, Case.
And it's a team without a ton of depth. Only have 6 players available today, which is going to be very similar to what the Rams have. Max Darling is not going to look, doesn't look like he's playing in the Rapid today, even though he's off the bench. Bond, Kate, Martin, the other Kate, and Holmes, the lineup there from a team that is very well drilled and a lot of similar size on that matchup.
A lot of youngsters in that Rams outfit. Here's the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. This is what we're looking at. Pretty even across the board, Case. Heading down to those fouls per game, that might be one to watch.
Saints are an aggressive team. They get up and they get in, but they normally have the depth to not get into foul trouble. If they do, it'll be an issue. But not much between these two teams, very similar in terms of efficiency and scoring. So this could be a seesaw battle. Going to have a little bit of an issue with the score clock. So me and you, Justin, we're just going to have a chat after we talk about those officials.
There's the Bartercard officials, Marty Davison leading the way, one of the most experienced officials in all of New Zealand. Not too far away from a start, the Rams up against the Saints. Of course, Sal's NBL coming your way a little later this afternoon, live from 3 p.m. New Zealand time, and that is such a big game between two fierce rivals who really have dominated this competition over the years, and in particular lately the Rams, of course, dual back-to-back champions.
Yeah, after a decade of dominance from the Saints, between 10 and 20, and two squads that I think the key for these squads really is developing local talent. They're able to get guys from the local community to continue bolstering those lineups and develop those teams into players, and certainly that has been the recipe for this Ram squad, the Mainland Eagles, what they produce, what they send these young players into the competition, and have been restocking the Rams championship cupboard over the last few weeks. And you speak about the Saints, they are in a chase for that elusive 13th title. They've had some very talented teams in the last few years, but haven't been able to make it come together in the postseason. And Jordan Mills and the ownership group are hopeful that this is the year they found the right recipe. Shea Ili yet to come. It'll be interesting to see how they wrap around him as the season progresses on his return.
For Rams fans, Casey, we heard a little earlier this afternoon that Walter Brown, who is out with an ankle injury at the moment, will be returning on Wednesday night for the Rams. They head up north to take on the Taranaki Airs. That's a huge clash midweek. But the good news is for Rams fans, Walter Brown looks like he will be suiting up for that one.
Yeah, and just a testament to the quality of this squad as we take a look at Walter on the bench there next to Taylor. And Judd, no, Juddy's over there as well, Judd Flavel. Didn't know he's coaching, but he's still sitting on the bench. I guess you get a couple of titles, you get good seats. But Walter, you know, he's import level defensively. I think his offense, this may be the year that he starts to get a chance to blossom and develop. But really, I think the Rams, in a lot of ways, the players on this team are victims of the success of the squad, because they do have star caliber players, but they all fit like jigsaw pieces into the puzzle because of the unselfishness, because they're winning. There's some future Rams stars. There's Taylor Britt, of course, captain of the Rams, 28 years of age. What a huge year he had in 2024. All-Star 5, most improved player. He's got a massive matchup today, Casey, against Sean Bruce. Yeah, and Sean Bruce, Isaiah Liafa, whichever way it goes, it's going to be one that tests him. These are smart, cerebral players who play with a lot of physicality. And, you know, Taylor Britt, as good as he is, he's not the biggest guy. You can get into positions where you can overpower him. Is that going to be something that happens? Championship winning coach with the Rams, of course, Judd Flavel, coach of the Tall Blacks, part of our Sky Sport commentary team this season as well. In fact, just sitting to the other side of Judd Flavel, I reckon that's Torrey Smith. It is Torrey Smith-Milner. Now, this is a big story today because he's going up against his former team. He's his former team that a little... come this start of the regular season, I was a little surprised he didn't go back to the Saints. He was a big part of what they did. But, you know, he's going to be unavailable for part of the season. That went into the plan. The Rams were like, we'll take you at the beginning, take you back at the end, hoping that's going to work out for him. Okay, slight delay here. We've just had a reset of the clock, but we are set to go. Sky Broadband Rapid League. The Saints in the black and gold. The Rams in the white and red. I love these City Edition jerseys, Justin. Yeah, City Edition jerseys have been fantastic. Got some pinstripes. There's a few of my favorites. These ones are pretty good, but they're not my favorite. I'll have to be honest. Well, we'll talk more about the City Edition jerseys throughout this game. I am interested in your preference, with thanks to New Balance. And we are set to go. Sky Broadband Rapid League, 4x4 minute quarters, breakneck speed. And that speed is not going to start yet. Marty Clark says, that was not good enough. Let's go one more time. And they do. Luca Richards wins it down. It'll be the Saints with the opening possession. Dougal Meter to Hecky. Let's see if they get the opening shot through Caslow Evans Jr. And there's a foul here as Tyrell Cage Hecky hit the floor with a thud. He sits there as Jonty Bond just came around and sort of took out his leg, hence the contact. Take a look at this one here. Yeah, just takes out Heke as he's trying to rotate out of it. We'll update you on the scores. Should anybody get some buckets in there? No scores yet. Opening seconds of this one. Richards on the baseline underneath. The big fella gets the drop. Opening basket, and the Saints lead by 2. Richards, nice patience down low. He's got a great body. Good size. He played for the Jets last year. Went down to Wellington for a bit more opportunity. He certainly found that in the Rapid League. The Kate brothers working well together into the corner. And the opening points for the Rams this afternoon. Young Jake Holmes, just 17 years of age. A lot of 17-year-olds doing well in the competition this year, but I like the space and pace with which the Rams play. Here's Richards inside. Big body, has to pull it out. Evans Jr. on the drive, just bodied in, draws the contact. Apologies once again for not having the score up on the screen. Little technical difficulties here in the gym, but the Rams lead 3-2 after a couple possessions. Evans Jr. has really been a revelation in this Rapid League, both last season and this season already. Here he is, ball in hand, fires away, that one off to the right. Richards will keep it going for the Saints though. Richards, nice size for the rebounding there, good position. Kicks it out, and Marie Dougal Meter. Inside, outside, Pilcher on the drive. I love the balance offensively. Penetrations, kickouts, rotating the ball around, forcing the Rams defense to rotate and get in bad positions before that final Pilcher drive for 2. 4-3, the lead. Dougal Meter on Wednesday night, Casey, had 20 points in the Sellers NBL as well. I've been waiting for him to explode onto the scene with a bit more fury the last couple of seasons. I love his work rate, love his game. And now he's starting to show everybody else what he's capable of. Great footwork inside. Ihaka Kate for 2. just great patience by the Rams. They know where they want to go with the basketball, and they don't get hurried despite the pressure the Saints are putting on them.
Dougal Meter straight down the alley with the pass to Richards.
Well, easy action there. The weak side corner has to come over and get a little bit more help. Martin, in that case, I think it needs to make himself available as a bump man to make Richards catch a little harder.
Basket for basket, 4 lead changes already. Kate inside, unable to deliver. Saints up and going quickly. They love to play at pace.
Mismatch down low.
And they go to it. Richards. And in the end, just knocked out by Holmes. There is Luca Richards, the former Manawatu Jet.
Luca Richards is looking like Shaq out there. This lineup, size he has, they are really determined to get him the basketball here in the half court.
I'm guessing you wouldn't mind the Shaq pay packet either. There's an offensive foul underneath on the inbound.
Yeah.
Rams to get it back.
I don't think Shaq minds the Shaq pay packet. Anybody will take that one. You got to make a lot of money when you got to buy those size 23 shoes, though.
So, midway through this first quarter, 1:27 to play, 4x4 minute quarters in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. And it has been a real arm wrestle early between these two. On the drive now, Jonty Bond, Richards coming down hard.
Well, I thought nice positional defense there. The foul is called on Luca Richards. I thought he actually went straight up and down, but inside that charge circle, it got a little outside of his platform when he's contesting Bond. Bond, good recognition, sees he's got the angle, comes right into it. And you see the contact there, Richards' arm coming out, not quite completely vertical. So Bond gets the benefit of the doubt there and ties it up with the first from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
And the second one good as well from the Chemist Warehouse. Rams out by 1, just over a minute to play in this opening quarter. Evans Jr., Pilcher, both teams playing with 6 players here in the Rapid League this afternoon. Pilcher twisting back off the glass, wonderful stuff.
Well, he's got an excellent frame and he used it to good effect on that post possession. The patience initially before he bursts out of the spin move for the finish off the baseline layup.
Believe it or not, at 8-7, 7 lead changes already in this game. A chance for it to change again. The Rams looking for something here. Martin, Bond for 3. Does he get the roll? Oh, there's a foul underneath. This will be against the Rams, I think, Case.
Yeah, I think it's Ihaka Crate crashing in there. Pilcher tries to box him out, and I think Kate's a little bit unlucky in this case because he's just crashing hard. Take another look at it, see if we see it from the sideline. Just a little bit awkward in the position of Pilcher when he takes that hit, so he goes to the ground. And we're going to get 2 attempts from the Chemist Warehouse. It's not a technical foul. Everybody's just staying out of the free throw lane on the first one. Drains the first, and now everybody comes in for the second. 9-7 the lead with 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Probably a 2-possession finish to this one.
Pilcher with the second. Back of the iron. All Saints are going to go again. Athletic stuff from Heke inside.
That is their second offensive rebound of the game, and they've been getting activity off of it.
And again, there's another off-the-ball foul here.
It's a legal screen called on Luca Richards, that one. Rolling. Tough to be a big. There's a lot of emphasis by the officials in the NBL right now about the movement on those screens. Maybe a little bit too much. Not a lot of activity there. There's got to be some movement. I certainly would find it frustrating if I was a big, as we see a foul in the backcourt now.
Yeah, that's on Hassan Mounier. Not a lot in this. Let's have a look at the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Hassan Mounier trying to get the defensive position. Oh, reaching in on the head. Yep, good pick up by the Bardakan
I would
officials.
say that's Bond putting his head into the shoulder of Mounier. There's not a lot of reach there. You see the shoulder. Try not to headbutt it, but I love the sacrifice. Your face for points, always well worth it.
28 seconds to play in this opening quarter. Both teams have had their chances from the Chemist Warehouse. Low-scoring contest. Sal's NBL to come this afternoon. Rams and the Saints. What a matchup.
And there's going to be at least 2 possessions here, so the ball's going to come back to the Rams at some point with about a 4-second discrepancy.
Munier up quickly, doubled it midway. He's in a bit of trouble here.
Well, he tried to split that double team, but Sam Smith came together really nicely there with Mona Martin and just closed it off. The travel's called. Thought he was still fighting for that basketball there, but either way, Rams ball. But ball's in the front court now, so the Saints will get it back. An 8-second discrepancy between shot clock and game clock.
Let's see what the Rams can do here.
Shot clock down to 7.
Bond, the 19-year-old out of Nelson, on the drive now, took contact, sends it to the corner for Mona Martin, unable to finish.
5 seconds left on the clock to get a shot up. They got to go fast.
Caslow Evans Jr., that's as quick as it gets, and down it goes.
I actually think the shot clock stopped when it went off. They got an extra half second, and that was exactly what Caslow Evans needed to get to the cup. Caslow Evans Jr. puts on the Jets, gets airborne for the double pump reverse, or the double pump layup in transition to give the Rams a 3-point lead going into the second quarter, Justin.
Well, you said the Saints had to go quickly, Case. You could not have given it to a quicker player. Large Fire Island Pizza, that is the Sal's Super Special this week, available until next Tuesday. QR code on screen, $39.99. The Large Fire.
If you like a little bit of spice,
yes,
gotta go to Fire Island. That's where it gets real spicy.
Hello. Hello.
Jalapenos, pepperoni. That's what I'm talking about. If you're going to order it online,
well, this is what I'm talking about.
You might as well pick up some Sky Broadband, because you get it for about half price compared to all the other fiber in town. For the first 12 months, $50 a month, fiber starter from Sky Broadband. Get that offer at skybroadband.co.nz or call 09-525-5555.
Is it 5555 or 5555?
When I say that many fives in a row, I feel like I'm saying a fake number in a movie, but apparently it's real. Apparently it's real. So call it if you need the Sky Broadband fiber deal. Fantastic offer.
Yeah, it's a ripper, isn't it? Second quarter about to start. What did you take away from the opening 4 minutes, Case?
Both teams playing with excellent pace, stout defensively. Coming in, the Saints giving up less points than any other team in the competition. But I like the steadiness of the Rams, the way they're setting up in the half court. And they might be able to get the upper hand down the stretch if they continue playing this way.
And they start with some points here. Kate goes to the corner. Holmes unable to convert.
What this game's really all about for me right now is boxing out. You have to get a body because both teams are crashing with a lot of physicality.
Speaking of physicality, foul picked up there. Again, Caslow Evans Jr., a handful for the Rams.
Well, Chris Tufel getting a bit of a warning there from the official Marty Davidson. Just a little chat. Big foul. A lot of contact, a little hack there.
Saints out by 3. Second quarter underway in the Rapid League this afternoon. Little hezzy on the outside. Pilcher now, he may have stepped on the sideline here. He has.
Best defender in the league. That sideline causes more turnovers than any other defender.
Never loses, Case.
Both teams right now doing a nice job of bending the defense to their will. Penetration, drawing multiple defenders, kicking it out, swinging the basketball to find that open shooter. But when Pilcher catches it, he's got to let it fly.
The Harker Kate hands it off. Does he get it back inside? Nearly. Sam Smith with the pass. Picked off. Saints on the move. Pilcher finishes off the pass of Evans Jr.
Love that transition. Heke gets the ball. Instantly look for Caslow Evans Jr. But everybody's running, going up the court, making themselves available. Pilcher the recipient of the assist.
Margin out to 5. 13-8. 3 minutes to play in this second quarter. We'll get that score ticker fixed up for you in just a moment. Saints by 5. Corner ball, Rams need something here. On the move, crafty stuff underneath. There's a foul called. It'll be a baseline ball.
Well, I think Sam Smith is pretty fortunate not to get called for a 3-second violation. He was parked up in there, and when the shot didn't go up on that drive, the drop off and he loses it. I thought maybe he wouldn't get pinged, but instead the foul there on Castle Evans Jr. Ball stays.
Need something here, the Rams. Holmes. Heke with the defense, just coming down late. And that'll put young Jake Holmes to the Chemist Warehouse. Averaging 8 points a game in the Rapid League, this young man. And we do have something in common, Casey, Jake Holmes and myself.
Well, wait a minute. Let's. What are we going here for here? What is he? Is he a big fan of Def Leppard?
Well, he may be. I don't know. I haven't asked him, but we do share a.
Did he see Bob Geldof in the Corey Lounge this week?
Don't give away all my stories. We do share the same birthday. Not that he knows that, but anyway.
Well, if he does, I'd be honest, that would be a little weird, Justin.
It would be weird. He probably doesn't care. He converts from the Chemist Warehouse. 13-10. Saints lead by 3. Just over 2 minutes to play in this second quarter. Pilcher again just loves that baseline drive, doesn't he?
Well, the spacing of the Saints is set up to catch and rip on that wing. That opposite corner is lifting out, forcing that weak side defender to make a decision. And right now, that decision has been let the driver come, let the driver finish.
He's caught them out a couple of times. 15-10, Saints up by 5. Nice work underneath, finishing it off, Jonty Bond.
Well, a really nice move coming inside by Tafari Kate, making the double step through. Thought it might have been a foul on Dougal Mida. Doesn't go, but they're able to get the putback off the glass.
Margin at 3, Saints 15, Rams 12. Mounier, made something out of nothing. Well done, young man.
Just exploratory dribble, gets to the spot, and then a little left-hand scoop for the finish. 17-12, the lead to the Saints with 1:30 remaining here in the second quarter.
Dying stages, both teams have their BNZ player timeout alive. Smith to the outside, Bond waiting for it on the arc, in and out, unable to finish.
Once again, creating good offense, but if you're not gonna hit the jump shot, it's not gonna work for you. They're pushing hard, but only 1 for 7 from the three-point arc, all the Rams.
And a clumsy turnover there through the hands of Luca Richards. Puts his hand up, takes ownership over it. 17-12, Saints by 5.
The Saints playing fantastic defense, have held the Rams to 2 for 10 from the field and 1 for 6 from beyond the arc right now. The Chemist Warehouse stripe is what's saving them. 5 for 6 from the line right now has kept the Rams within touch distance, but the Saints defense smothering this court all right now.
Minute to play in the second quarter. Barreling his way through to Fiddy Kate. Another one of these teenagers, Case, for the Rams. They've got 6 in the lineup today. To Fiddy Kate, 16 years of age. You and I talk about it all the time. This is an absolute...
You talk about teenagers all the time.
Oh, no, we don't. A basketball production line right here in Christchurch, isn't it?
Well, this season we are talking about teenagers a lot. There's teenagers across the competition that are playing well. But it might be the Rams that are doing the best job of producing that local talent and tapping them on the shoulder early in their careers and saying, come contribute, come contribute. Of course, we have Tama Isaac starting in the Sal's NBL. He's just 18 years old, I believe, still. We've talked quite a bit about Jackson Ball, 17 years old, but these aren't the only teenagers. They're all across. Hayden Jones, of course, for the Nelson Giants. He's playing a little bit later today. Really, one of my favorite things about this league is the blend between the veterans who are passing that knowledge down onto that next generation, teaching them how to become pros, and bleeding them into the Sal's NBL.
Leon Henry at 39, Corey Webster at 36.
So we got the oldies and the goodies.
55 to play in this opening half. Evans Jr. to Pilcher. Lovely stuff from the Saints, unrewarded.
Just 45 seconds left now as the Rams try and cut into this 4-point deficit, down 13-17.
And maybe it'll come through Jonty Bond. That's a wild pass into the stands. Judd Flavel nearly got a possession there.
Tuffety Kate was the intended recipient, just telling Jonty, just slow down a bit. And it's the right thought process, but just need to be a little bit more under control. As we see a player timeout here to the Saints, taken a little bit early, but what they've done is they've folded the clock back into their possession. Now it's going to be a 14-second shot clock, which means they should give it back to the Rams with about 24. If they use a player timeout, they're going to have 10 seconds left. If not, there's still a good chance they get the basketball back.
As you said, 38 seconds to play. Saints lead by 4, 17-13 in this opening half. BNZ play a timeout, and they will advance the ball.
I mentioned the lack of efficiency by the Rams. They're up to 3 for 12 from the field, 25%, but the Saints, 8 for 10 shooting right now. 8 for 9 from inside the arc. Just impressive creation for their teammates off the drive.
Evans Jr., what do they run out of this? Dougal Meter. That might be his first shot of this game, unable to finish.
He had a nice little drive to the baseline early in this one, but that's definitely his first look from deep, and only the second three-pointer the Saints have attempted.
Saints by 4. Down to 15 seconds to go in this opening half. Rams under pressure, under a lot of pressure.
Really love the activity by Luka Richards, closing that gap, not giving any space to Kate as he's trying to come off the activity. 10 seconds left, 5 seconds left in the shot clock.
Let's see what they can come up with. The Rams turnover. Oh, Luka Richards was right there, and now a late shot for 3, nearly banking it in.
3 seconds left.
Kate. They'll get another chance here on the buzzer. Ahaka Kate, the Kate brothers, with a couple of big shots there, Case, to finish this first half, and they just couldn't come up with the goods.
But promising signs in terms of what the activity is producing. Got a couple of turnovers there. They affected the effectiveness of the Saints offense, which hadn't really been affected by much throughout the first about 7 minutes of this game. But that last couple of possessions were able to draw themselves in. Still love the work rate of the Rams, but they have to find a way to penetrate that defense.
7 lead changes early in this Sky Broadband Rapid League game this afternoon. Saints lead it by 4 at the half, and there was plenty of action in the opening 8 minutes. These two teams loaded with young stars, and it was the Rams from the corner getting us underway through Jake Holmes.
Well, that first quarter, back and forth, every possession we would have a new lead. And nice job by both teams of finding penetration with the pass or the dribble to create opportunities for the interior. And once that defense was bent downside, then we started seeing some activity on the outside. Beautiful post move by Pilcher there in transition. Castle Evans Jr. beats the shot clock to end the first quarter. And it's more speed in transition. This is where the Saints really excel. Getting out, running, putting pressure. Love what I've seen from Pilcher, the catches, the rip-throughs, putting things on the paint. The Saints not settling for jump shots here in the first half. Just 2 3-point shots attempted, but 9 from inside the arc. And we don't see the stats on screen, but let me talk to you about them off screen. 23% shooting for the Rams, 72% shooting for the Saints. But the Rams, 6 for 8 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. The Saints have only been there once. They're 1 for 2 on those. Rebounds slightly in favor of the Saints. And turnovers, 5 for the Saints, really picked up at the end of that second quarter.
And Casey, it feels like Arthur Pilcher is the man at the moment leading the way for the Saints. An excellent first half.
Well, he's being really aggressive. He's found some touches in the post, but he's found more activity off the drive. 9 points on 4 of 5 shooting. He's got 1 rebound. He's got 2 turnovers, unfortunately, but a +4 overall. His activity driving to the cup has created some fantastic driving lanes for himself and will force that defense to collapse, opening up the passing lane to the perimeter here in the second half.
Third quarter underway in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game between the Saints and the Rams. Saints lead by 4 as Heckett goes up and over the top. Chance for the Rams now quickly down the floor.
Look at that transition defense, though. A lot of activity by the Saints, a lot of chatter, forcing that ball handler to turn around before he's got any penetration whatsoever.
Fiddy Kate goes into the corner. Bond back to Kate, muscling his way through. Good eyes on the pass. Unable to finish his brother, Ihaka Kate. Holmes good enough to keep it going. New shot clock.
He should keep going. They let it play. Nice job by the officials.
Kate to Martin. Plenty of opportunities there for the Rams.
Great rebounding by the Saints, because the Rams are crashing hard, but they're physically finding bodies, boxing out, and corralling the rebound with a lot of consistency.
Heke. Back out to Evans Jr.
4 seconds on the shot clock.
Got to do something here. Did he find a gap? No, he didn't. Oh, turnover. Look who picks it up. Dougal Meter inside to Richards.
I love the way Dougal Meter's playing today. He spoke about 20 points in the NZNBL game last week, but today he's not being asked to shoot, but he's creating for his teammates. He's hustling. Look at the work rate. There, just trying to hustle over the screen. Gets the whistle because of the work rate. If he just gives up on it, that's probably a layup. But the effort is there, and he's being rewarded for it.
2.5 minutes to play in this third quarter. Dougal Meter had a quick look at the basket, saw Luca Richards all by himself underneath.
Vert dunk, Luca. Go up with a little authority. Pull down on that rim.
It's like Jack Salt. Remember those good old days here at Cowles Stadium?
Well, don't pull on the rim that much, because Jack, I don't know what the rim did to Jack, but he had issues with it.
19-13, Saints lead by 6. Apologies, score ticker not up on the screen at the moment, but Saints are out by 6.
2 minutes 30 left here in the third quarter.
Foul there on Jonty Bond, the 19-year-old. That left shoulder heavily strapped. He's got that matchup on Caslow Evans Jr.
The Rams have done well to stick it within touch distance here, really. Shooting 18%, they're 3 for 16 from the field. They're getting no space whatsoever, but they're doing enough to stay close and still have a chance to work their way back in the game.
Pilcher with 9 points, game high scorer at the moment. Here's Heke inside. Arching his back so close. That would have been a really good basket for the young man, Tyrell Cage Heke.
He's got great height, but he's not really a post player. You know, he's a little slight of build, so it's tough for him to post up, but he's got such a height advantage that time. They chuck it into the post, and they say, just get to work. And you see how hard he's being pushed out by Kate. There's that contact, gets underneath the hips, pushes him off his platform. Right call, doesn't get the bounce, but off to the Chemist Warehouse to see if he can't get 2 for what ails him.
And importantly for the Saints, can they extend this 6-point margin?
2 minutes and 18 seconds left in the quarter. Neither team has been as efficient as you would expect, considering the talent levels. They've averaged just about the same amount of points. 7-point lead now for the Saints. With the way the offense has been going for the Rams, if they don't get hot soon, this game might get out of reach.
Well, it's at 8 now. These two teams average in the mid-30s per game. So it has been a bit tighter here this afternoon. Sam Smith on the floor at the moment. Great to have him back in the competition. Manor Martin's been well held. Holmes on the drive, back out to Martin. A little bit of a shimmy, a little bit of a shake round the back with the pass to Sam Smith. Look at the defense from the Saints.
Just 2 seconds left on the shot clock, got to put it up. Holmes, did he get it off in time?
That came after. All credit to the Saints. Their defense here, their hustle. Just have a look at this, getting to position.
Look at that rotation. 3 players collapse on it, but Richards right out there on the catch. And that second rotation from Pilcher, he knows his man's on the floor, make things good. Constant movement, not giving up anything in the half court. Solid defensively. This is why they are giving up the least amount of points in the Rapid League this season. The Mills Albert Project Wellington Saints.
Evans Jr., 1 minute 40 to play in this third quarter. Terrific baseline cut by Mounier, unrewarded. Bond now. Richards, nice little hand. Really like the work rate of Luca Richards here today as well.
I like the work rate of everybody wearing a black jersey. Not to disparage what the Rams are doing, but the Saints just a little bit more connected. Clever play here by Richards. Normally when a big man pulls this off, it's a foul, but he gets his hand on the ball, stays with it, ball back in play with 1 minute 30 to play.
Martin, Holmes gives it up. Kate shut down by Evans Jr. A late reach there, might be against Dougal Meter.
And when we looked at the stats in the pregame, the tail of the tape told us that this Saints team fouls a lot. And you can see why, because they're so aggressive. They're out there putting their bodies in front of the offensive players with regularity, giving up nothing easy. And you're going to get pinged for some fouls at times like that. But what you're taking away is much more valuable than what you're giving up.
This Rapid League team for the Saints, coached by Chris Tupu. very experienced player and coach. The right-hand man this season for Aaron Young. A miss on the second there. Holmes to get it to go again.
Nice job, Richards again, playing solid defense.
Dougal Meter on the drive.
Does all the work. Gets to the precipice, but look at the hustle to get back in defense.
Sam Smith brings it out to Fetty Cape. Rams need some points. That'll be an offensive foul against Manor Martin.
Well, Kesel Evans Jr. is doing an excellent job of selling contact that's coming into him. Now, not that there's not contact, but it's in the chest, and Martin's got a size advantage on him, so that's going to displace Kaz a little bit. But the movement of the feet, getting down there, just fantastic to see.
I mentioned Chris Tupu coaching the Saints. Liam Connolly has the whiteboard for the Rams. One of the great things about this Rapid League is the assistant coaches take over the reins in this competition. 4x4 minute quarters. And another foul just off the ball there. Some holding on. Jonty Bond trying to contain Heke.
Jonty Bond's work rate is high. He is in there putting in some effort. He's given up about 8 inches in that matchup there, but it doesn't matter because he's not giving up an inch in the post. 7-point lead. Free throws, 3 for 4 the Saints are up to this point. Can they continue at this clip? Not quite, as Heke misses the first.
45 seconds to play in the third quarter. Saints out by 7. Heke, second shot from the Chemist Warehouse is good.
8-point lead.
Rams
22-14.
Rams 7 of 10 pace from the stripe.
That's
Saints
what's kept them in the
4 of
game.
6.
That's what's kept them in the game, Justin. But they need a little bit more down the stretch to get a win.
Holmes got Heke off the floor, got Richards off the floor as well. What a basket.
Tough move because they've got one hard closeout, but there's 4 other bodies in the paint. A lot of activity and a nice step through, nice footwork, nice soft touch by Holmes to bring it down to a 6-point deficit.
Just 17 years of age, Jake Holmes. He looks a prospect, doesn't he? Got some serious height about him. Richards sends it to the outside for Mounier. Rams right on the buzzer. They won't get it forward in time, and that'll do us. 3 quarters down in the Sky Broadband Rapid League this afternoon. Saints lead by 6. It's a tough tussle at Cowles Stadium. Sal's NBL still to come your way. Join us from 3 p.m. live, local time here in New Zealand. Huge clash. Saints are in the house to take on the Rams. What have you made of the opening 3 quarters here, Case?
I've loved what I've seen defensively, the effort from the Saints squad. They're putting in a lot of work. They might need themselves a large Fire Island pizza after this game. Might have to put in the order now, but what I've seen from them defensively has been fantastic. They've held Canterbury to 4 for 18 from the field. They're shooting just 22% from the field and 1 for 11 from deep. They are getting out on the 3-point line and forcing them to put it on the floor. The Rams rebounding well, and the work rate has stayed high, but 6 turnovers for each squad. It goes into the favor of the Saints because of how airtight their defense has been.
All of the stats, of course, with thanks to the official stats partner of the Sal's NBL.
Take you quickly through the
Chemist Warehouse
leaders. Jake Holmes with 7 points for the Rams. Arthur Pilcher with 9 for the Saints. Rengi Marie Dugumita 4 rebounds. Sam Smith with 3. Rengi Marie Dugumita also leading the way with assists at 3. Ihaka Kate, the best for the Rams with 1.
So 1 quarter to play here. 4 minutes of action. Jonty Bond looking on. Quinn Clinton, coach of the Rams. And we are underway. Of course, only the players coming off the bench in the Sal's NBL can play in the Rapid League. Some early points here for the Rams. No, only a foul. Manor Martin reaching in over the top of Dougal Meter.
Well, Dougal Mita's done a nice job of boxing out once again against the bigger player. Physical contact each and every time because the Rams continue to crash. And now a little bit of full court pressure. The Rams trying to create something. I like it. Use some energy. See if you can't force a turnover.
Crowd starting to build. Going to be a full house here today. Evans Jr. just looking at his options. One of them is Richards.
Got surprised by that pass, I think.
Something here for the Rams. Yes, indeed. Smith to Mana Martin.
Well, what we haven't seen a lot from the Rams is penetration and cuts. It's been penetration, hit the outside. This time, Martin on a string with Sam Smith. When he comes in, he rotates under from that dunker spot, makes himself available underneath the rim. Perfect rotation on the drive. Gave himself a good passing angle, rewarded for it. The hoop, the harm, a chance for the three-point play. If he makes it, cuts it to three.
And he does exactly that case. How good is it for the Rams to have Sam Smith back in town?
The leadership that he applies to them, certainly great to have that type of veteran presence off. And he's been shooting that rock pretty good as well.
Saints 22, Rams 19. Just over 3 minutes to play in this game. Look at Luka Richards hustling and bustling.
Well, Sam Smith smartly there pulls the chair out on him. Luka Richards expecting a lot of contact. He wants that contact. He's trying to find it. But watch Sam Smith just back out. Can't find it. Leaks through. Probably a little bit unfortunate for Holmes there to get that foul call from behind. But Luka Richards' aggressiveness is what forces the officials to make a whistle there and send him to the free throw line for two.
We'll keep you up to date on how much time left in this game. Saints by 3, 3:05 to play. Plenty of time. Second one from the Chemist Warehouse gets the fortuitous drop for Luka Richards. Fortuitous
was the descriptor that popped in my head as well. Always better to be lucky than good, though.
Mana Martin now. Dougal Meter underneath Richards. Another rebound. Really influential this afternoon from this young man.
They just take away that press so quickly.
Dougal Meter calls up the screen and then goes it alone. Evans Jr. on the drive. Dougal Meter in the corner. Loves this spot. And there's a foul underneath.
Well, it's on Heke. I thought he had decent position. It don't really look like he was pushing out of the way, but at that size, that's what the officials sometimes are looking at with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. A 23-19 lead to the Saints, but the Rams with some good offense here. One bucket away from taking the lead.
Here's Kate. Oh, just found a way through. That's going to count. That is going to count. Goaltending.
Good hesitation dribble there. Has Dougal Meter, who just goes for that hesitation, decides to go up the other way. And the right call on the goaltend.
And all of a sudden, Casey Frank, we're back to 2. 2 minutes 15 to play, so there's a lot of time still to go.
Well, they've worked their way back into it. Now they're really affecting the offense of the Saints or the Rams.
Richards looking for Heke. Evans Jr.
5 seconds on the shot clock.
Got to do something here on the spin. Great hands inside by Holmes, and look at the runners here for the Rams. Can they finish? Oh, Holmes!
I actually thought Holmes went the wrong way. If he would have gone to the left, the Mana Martin would have been a layup. But he kicks it ahead, then stays with the play, rebounds, and we're all tied up with 1:40 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Game on. Sky Broadband Rapid League. Hope you're enjoying it. Richards backing Smith down. And he's done enough there, Luka Richards.
That double comes over at just the right time as we take a look at the turnover by Caslow Evans Jr. Holmes starts the break, and he finds Kate on the left side, then gets that rebound, and put back Jacob Holmes, a 17-year-old, affecting things down the stretch.
9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals for Jake Holmes. 3 of those 4 rebounds off the offensive glass. Richards unable to convert the first. Second one is good.
Well, he's 2 for 4 here in his last couple of trips. Opening the door for the Rams, who are suddenly much more effective offensively, finding some space at the rim.
Saints by 1, 90 seconds to play. Kate from the corner. Battle underneath. Martin comes up with it. Kate's got an open three. Oh, that was halfway down.
Love that play from Amanda Martin there. Amanda Martin there to creating, just chasing after it, getting the extra opportunity, but the Saints keep the Rams from converting.
How do those shots miss? Seemingly, it looked like it was home. Saints by 1, 1 minute to play.
On the shot clock.
Step back, Evans Jr.
Wow, ice and water. Saints going up 4 now with 50 seconds on the left in the game. Rams need answers quickly.
BNZ player timeouts alive for both teams. Ihaka Kate, can he get it up? He can. Now, who's this foul going to be on? Is it Dougal Meter?
It is going to be on Dougal Meter. He's picked up a few here in the second half. There's his, well, sorry, first person to foul, the one was him, but here we take another look at Castle Evans Jr.
Look at that.
Step back, I'm gonna tray you. Hasn't been super aggressive shooting the basketball, but when he needs to do it down the stretch, you know he's capable. 5 points, 4 assists, 1 steal for Caslow Evans Jr. in this one.
Manna Martin to the Chemist Warehouse, 3 points for him in this one today. They need these. There's one.
40 seconds left in the game. The Saints will be looking to use up all 24 seconds, regardless of what kind of shot they create. But the determination of how much they want to score is really based on this free throw.
Second one down for Manna Martin. We'll keep you up to date with the time. Our apologies. 39.8 seconds to play.
Is that a foul?
No, I think we're just going to clean the floor up here, Case. In fact, I think Dougal Meter's going to do the job himself.
No, the foul was called, actually, at the same time. So on the inbounds, that's going to be free throw and possession because the ball hadn't been inbounded yet. That is so fortunate for the Saints and just a bad foul. Dougal Meter didn't even have the ball in his hand yet.
So we're going to walk the length of the floor by the looks of it, and it's going to be Saints shots. As you just heard Casey explain.
Well, Coach Liam Connolly is having the same question. He's saying, that's all chess. Where's the foul there? So there's the free throw, where the Saints have not been shooting well from the stripe. They are now 6 for 10 from there. Ball goes back. Saints keep possession, though. So the foul ends up not hurting them, except for the fact we're close to the bonus.
There's the hold. You saw it right there on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
Just the issue is, if the ball's not in the hand of the inbounder, you don't need to hold at all.
So we do it again. Evans Jr., margin of 2, 32 seconds to play.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Evans Jr. searching for a foul there. Dougal Meter for 3, massive shot. Look at Holmes get up for the rebound.
No timeout being called by the Rams just yet. They're gonna let this one play out on the floor.
14 seconds. Kate, oh, he's traveled. Just had the jump mid-air, didn't he?
Well, when you have a big in front of you as a guard, you don't want to change directions. You want to go one direction. When you spin, you actually give that big, who's slower of foot, the chance to recover. Luka Richards recovers well, forces the turnover. Now the Rams are going to go back into the half court because the Saints used their ANZ player timeout.
11.9 seconds to play. BNZ player timeout. Saints will advance the ball. They lead by 2. And you would think in the box seat right now, been a gripping contest. There's the QR code for the BNZ player timeout. Your chance to win tickets to the Sal's NBL this season. The ticket to the big game with thanks to BNZ, inspiring the next generation of ballers up and down New Zealand. Make sure you scan that QR code and fill in your details.
Most important thing for the Saints is just get the ball inbound. Dougal Meter actually goes back there and gets a little coaching during a player timeout. That is actually not allowed.
Not allowed to do that. The Barter card officials have missed that. That should have been a technical foul against the Saints. So unlucky there for the Rams, lucky for the Saints, and now reaching in, foul on Tafiti Kate. Maybe just explain that, Casey, with the BNZ player timeout.
Well, the BNZ player timeout, you're allowed timeouts, but coaches, once that timeout is called, are not allowed to have any influence. And that includes after breaking the huddle, before that ball is inbounded. But what we saw was Dougal Meter runs over, here's from Chris Tupu, as Caslow Evans Jr. drains the first one. Can he make this game a little bit more out of reach?
9.9 seconds to play. So you would expect that the Rams will call their BNZ player timeout. A miss here makes it interesting. A make here. Saints, you would think right now, are going to get this. 29-25, 9.9 to play. BNZ player timeout called. Of course, each team gets one per half, the same as the Sal's NBL. There's that QR code again with thanks to BNZ. Ticket to the big game. Come and join us at the Sal's NBL this season. Fill out your details. And we hope to see you soon with thanks to BNZ.
Inspiring that next generation of basketball players. Scan that QR code, see if we can't get your group here and get them on the sideline and inspire a couple young ballers that you may be affiliated with.
What are your thoughts here, Case? 9.9, margin at 4.
We've got to go quick. I'm going for the quick 3 and then trying to foul to extend the game.
Let's see what the Rams do. Clock ticking down, 7, 6. Shot here. Holmes, gee, it wasn't too far away. And you would think that'll do us. So the Matt Mills Albert Wellington Saints have taken victory over the Barbecues Direct Canterbury Rams. Good contest today in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Saints get home by 4. As we take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats for this one. And there was a fair bit playing out, wasn't there?
There was a lot happening. The rebounds in the favor of the Rams eventually. The free throws kept them in it. The defense of the Saints set the table. Their offense brought them home with just 2 of 21 three-pointers made in this ballgame.
All of the stats, of course, with thanks to our official stats partner, Chemist Warehouse. So the Saints get it by 4. Sal's Pizza is in the house. Fans enjoying that as we look ahead to today's big game. The Rams and the Saints. What a beauty coming your way from Cowles Stadium. Join us from 3 local time. Kia ora e whanau, nā mai, hana mai, hello and welcome to Cowles Stadium, the city of churches. Of course, the two-time reigning champs, the Canterbury Rams, this afternoon up against the Wellington Saints. Sal's NBL, great crowd in the house, a lot of anticipation ahead of this contest today. Two teams that are expected to be right there at the business end of the season, and for good reason. Over the 42 years of the Sal's NBL, the Rams and the Saints have shared in 18 titles. Quite amazing. The Rams with 6 and the Saints with 12. I hope you're well. Justin Nelson with you, sitting right alongside me. 4-time Sal's NBL champ. He's lifted a few trophies in his time. Of course, more than 100 games with the Tall Blacks as well. Casey Frank, good afternoon to you. Can't wait for this contest. This is going to be an absolute beauty.
Well, this is one we had circled in the preseason. We knew these two teams would come into the year stoked and ready to go. The Rams, there's their first sighting of an import all season long. Kyle Bowen returning from the Melbourne United, so they've lifted their talent a little bit. Isaiah Liafa leading the point guard reins for the Saints, as Shea Illy still not back with the team. Going to be a bit of time as he recovers from the final series. But regardless, without those stars, these are still two star-laden teams with a lot of talent.
Well, we love to hear what our viewers have to say when it comes to the Sal's NBL. Mixandpick.com, QR code on screen, fun and free. And at the moment, 57% with the Rams, 43% with the Saints. What say you?
Well, I'm looking at this one. I'm leaning a little bit towards the Saints. I think they've got a little bit more veteran experience. They've got a better idea of how to play with each other. The Rams today are going to be trying to bring Kyle Bowen into the mix. That said, it's a game that can go either way. Obviously, there's a big contingent of fans out there. I think the Rams are going to win this one reasonably big. 6 points to me would be pretty much a blowout. I expect it to be much tighter.
No doubt it's going to be a tight one here today. Well, Mad March has delivered so many big highlights, of course. 26 games in 20 days to start of the season. Amped April, not too far away. Here's the results so far for week 3, starting with that absolute thriller, the Fi home by 2.
Oh, the Fi just holding on, winning some tight ones on their home court. That's what's got them on top of the ladder. The Saints found the offense and got right with that huge win there. On to the second page, we've got the Bulls got the win over the Giants, as the Giants slumped to 0-4. Taranaki with a huge win as Carlin Davidson gets the first triple-double of the season. Jack Andrew, fantastic to support. But the Hawks still a little bit underdone, waiting for some imports and a head coach before last night's action where the Jets just get up over the Sharks without Corey Webster.
No Webster, no worries.
No Webster, no worry. I think there were still some worries. They were down in the last minute, but they got the dub.
Hey, 2 big games today. Rams and Saints about to come your way. And then, of course, what a game tonight. Both teams, believe it or not, still searching for their first win of the season. The Tuatara up against the Giants. Well, let's have a look at the Sal's NBL ladder. It is early days, but things are starting to sort themselves out. And look at the top of the table, the Fi and the Bulls.
Two teams that some didn't think were going to be that great. I thought the Fi would be good, but certainly not 4-1. They've done a nice job of taking out the teams that aren't quite as ready. The winner of tonight's game will join the Airs in that third position at 3-1. The loser will drop out. The Jets, nice to see them up in the top 6. They made a bit of a foundation change, brought in a bunch of new players, a new coach, and it's had some instant results sitting at the top of the table as we take a look at page 2, where nobody wants to be, but a few teams currently are. The Hawks have done some really nice things early in the season behind Jackson Ball. Their full import contingent still to come. The Nuggets, 2 wins on the trot after a slow start, but no more Withers. Things could change for them. The Sharks had a big win against the Nuggets, have been struggling since, giving up a lot of points. And down there at the bottom, 0-3 Giants, 0-3 Tuatara.
Play tonight.
Today. Somebody's O's got to go, and they'll be happy about it.
That is a big one, isn't it? So too this afternoon. What about the start of the season for this team? The Mills Albert Saints, a massive win against the Sharks midweek. Of course, they started the season with that thrilling double overtime loss when they went down to the Airs. Just feel like they're starting to hit some form.
And it's still a team that's learning about one another. They hadn't had a lot of training. I think Coach Aaron Young got in 2 or 3 days before that first game. So we're just starting to see the team that they're going to become. Of course, things are going to vastly change when they get Shea Illy out there as well. as the head of that defensive team. Aaron Bruce been so fantastic. He's only here for a couple more weeks. He was a temporary contract.
Even Aaron's brother, Sean. Good family.
Sorry, Bruce family. Apologies. I'm older, so I go back to the first one. But Sean Bruce, fantastic to have him in. Jordan Mills and the Saints can't say enough about Brucey and what he's done. Isaiah Liafa, Nick Marshall, Hiram Harris, Nick Mazinski, Harris and Mazinski holding things up front. But in the early seasons, it's all been about Brucey.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He's had a wonderful start to the year, hasn't he? Sean Bruce played with the Saints, of course, back in 2018, but he has made his presence felt this time around. He's here still for another couple of weeks, maybe a sneaky chance to come back later in the season. This is what he did against the Sharks midweek. And right now, as a volume three-point shooter, he's going at 55%, the best in the NZNBL. Look out for Sean Bruce this afternoon. He has a big matchup with Taylor Britt. You, of course, Casey, had the chance to catch up with the 34-year-old out of Horsham, Victoria, before today's game. Let's go and have a chat now with Sean Bruce.
Coming up against a Rams team today that's been led by Taylor Britt, head of the snake, so to speak. What can you do to slow down his effectiveness and try and help the Saints get a better leg up on a win?
Yeah, obviously he's a big part of what they do. Just limit his touches, make it as hard as possible. But yeah, knowing he's a good player, he's going to make some plays as well.
Overall, this is a team that plays with a lot of pace, much like yourselves. When you're looking at the game plan, what the Rams like to do, what is it that you need to most sort of slow down and affect to try and get that victory?
Yeah, obviously that, slow them down in transition, but obviously that starts with the shots we take and taking care of the ball as well. So hopefully a lot of what we do determines how they're going to play as well.
He's been a wonderful player, hasn't he, Case, Sean Bruce?
His story is so great. He worked his way into the Australian NBL. Nobody wanted him for a while, but he stayed with it. And not only did he become a good player, he became a championship player, he became a clutch player, someone that you can depend on, one of the ultimate clubmen. Back with under contract with the Sydney Kings next year as he comes into his mid-30s. Exactly the type of leader you want if you've got championship aspirations.
Let's talk about the Rams, of course. Dual reigning champions here at home. They are such a force. The crowd comes out in massive numbers here at Cowles Stadium, led, of course, by Taylor Britt, the 28-year-old captain. 6 teenagers in this lineup here today, Casey. They are a production factory, there's no doubt about it. But I love the look of this starting five, still with 2 imports to come.
Still with 2 imports to come. Kyle Bowen makes his debut today. Him and Toy Smith-Milner should work really well together with the ability to play inside or out. Both have that tray ball. Tama Isaac, Kaya Isaac, they've been fantastic. Tama Isaac really leaping this year. But Taylor Britt, he is the straw that stirs the drink. He's averaging 20 points per game, averaging 3 rebounds. He's got 4 assists per game. I think those assists will lift as things go along. A season ago was his real big jump, as you see what he did last time out versus the Sharks, where they got right, scored 120 points, but All-Star 5, most improved player, and it really took on that mantle of leadership that this Rams team needed him to have.
Yeah, no doubt. Also won the most outstanding Kiwi guard in the competition last season. He is a really permanent fixture right now of the Tall Blacks. He's expanded his game. He looks after the ball too. His assist-to-turnover ratio is right up there as one of the leaders in the NZNBL. He's got the matchup, of course, today with Sean Bruce. It will be a talking point right throughout the game. Taylor Britt, you had a chat with him a short time ago, Case. Here he is.
Taylor, coming into today's game against the Saints, going to be an interesting matchup against their backcourt. Sean Bruce has been playing very well. How do the Rams come together to lessen his effectiveness and try and get the ball in other players' hands?
Yeah, for sure. He's a great player. We kind of treat everyone the same. We do it as a team. No individual's going to get the job done, so it's guards and bigs. A lot of on-balls, hard showing, quick showing, whatever coverage we're in. Yeah, just a team effort. He's a really good player, so hopefully we can slow him down.
Offensively, the Saints and the Rams coming in playing with a high-octane ability right now. But looking at the Saints specifically, what is it they're doing offensively that is going to be difficult for the Rams to stop and that you need to try and slow down to get the victory today?
Yeah, like us, they like to play really quick. They've got a lot of talented guys. Hiram's their motor that gets them going. So he's going to be a big focus for us every year. He's putting up near triple-double numbers when he's feeling good. So focusing on him and not letting him get anything quick in transition.
Well, let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head between the two players we're talking about. Taylor Brett, the point guard for the Rams, and Sean Bruce, the point guard for the Saints. And as you can see, Taylor the tape, not too much separates these two players. They score well, they're good on the dimes. That three-point shooting, exceptional, especially for Sean Bruce. Keep your eye on Britt and Bruce here this afternoon. That may be the matchup that wins and loses this game. Well, Judd Flavel is a man wearing many hats in season 2025. Coaching director here with the Canterbury Rams, part of our Sky Sport commentary team. And of course, he's also the national coach with the Tall Blacks. Casey Frank has him right now courtside.
Well, Justin just mentioned the many hats you wear. Let's start with the newest one. What's been like to join the commentary team, and how different, what's the different skill set you've had to develop beyond coaching?
Well, yeah, I think we were talking before this about just trying to speed up the messages as much as I can. I'm usually one that can go pretty much into good detail. I'll try to keep this short too, but you know, really enjoyable experience, but being able to say what's on my mind, much like coaching, but when you're coaching, you can sort of add a few different words in there that you probably can't say on TV, but I think for the most part, really enjoying it, learning something new, and I think I can take that into my coaching.
Don't know how to tell you this, Judd, but sometimes we have the mic in the huddle. We heard those words from you a few times on TV. But one of the other hats, one of the possibly more important hats you're wearing, coach of the Tall Blacks, huge series against Aussie. Fantastic to get that back in the mix. What can you tell us about the preparations going on there?
Yeah, so preparation, obviously we got May 5th as our, well actually May 7th is our first game in Adelaide, and then over in the Sunshine Coast on the 9th, and then back in Hamilton on the 11th. So we're still just over a month away. We're getting close to putting a team together. And it's the bigger picture is obviously trying to build something towards Asia Cup at the end of this season in July or August. And so I think having an opponent like Australians, something that I think we both will bring out the best in each other. And that's what we want in that last little hit out. So that rekindling, I guess, a little bit of that old rivalry that you know very much about. And yeah, having the chance to be together is always a good thing.
Nothing rekindling. It's already burning. Don't worry about that. But also speaking about one of the other roles, maybe a little less known role, director of coaching with the Rams. What's been the relationship between you and Quinn Clinton? Was on your staff. Now he's the head coach. Are you sharing some information? Does he come to you when he needs to? How's this one work?
Yeah, we have lots of conversations. Sometimes at practice, sometimes on the phone. You know, the good thing is Quinn's been here for the last 2 years, so there's nothing new here. You know, we've had the ability to promote Quinn into this role, and really I think he's doing a great job, and my role is just to support wherever that can be, you know, and sometimes that's taking a step backwards and allowing the coaches to coach, and sometimes it's just giving them another perspective. So, but all in all, I think the culture of the team is there, and Quinn's been a part of that build over the last 2 years, as well as, you know, shout out to Liam Connolly as well, who's been there during that time, and Ben Sheet now, who head back. So all three of them are great up-and-coming coaches of the country, and yeah, it's a joy to be able to be involved and sit back and observe in moments like this.
Well, the joy's been taking this time to speak with you, Judd. Appreciate the effort, and maybe you should go in there and get in that huddle.
No, I think I'll stay right back here, thank you.
A man of many talents, Judd Flavel. Fair sort of a player back in his day as well. Chemist Warehouse head-to-head between these two. 2-1 on the season, big build-up, the Rams and the Saints. And as you can see, there is not too much separating them. Maybe the points per game. They've had some different opponents so far. It'll all flush out in the watch. But you look at field goals, fouls, the form, and everything across the board between these two is so close. Interesting for the Saints as Casey Frank rejoins me. They're number one for offense, free throw percentage, scoring margin, blocks, assists, assist to turnover ratio, and 3-point made so far this season. Saints ranked number one in the league, Case.
The big thing about the one that stands out to me is the 3-point makes. Normally when you shoot like that, you're gonna have a high value, but their 3-point rate is actually much lower than that. They're in the bottom quarter of the league. Surprising, and I think we might see more of an emphasis on the tray ball because of the efficiency with where they're shooting. They got Muzinski, they got Hiram Harris to get things going, and a lot of matchups in today's game interest me. But the one I'm most curious about is what Hiram Harris is going to do. I don't think the Rams have a great matchup for what he is. He's got they've got the size that can be bigger than him, but for Hiram Harris to be that hub of the offense, putting the ball on the floor, it's going to be interesting to see how long Bowen and Smith-Milner stay in that matchup, because my thought is it's going to have to be Max Darling coming off the bench, who has the skill set and the strength to stay in front and affect his ability to get that offense initiated.
Barter card officials for this afternoon's game, Matthew Bathurst, Marty Davison and Blake Rosanowski. And we are not too far away from a tip-off. Another big one coming up tonight as well. So much on the line for the Tuatara and the Giants as they search for their first win. All the coverage, of course, live on Sky Sport. Hello this afternoon to all of the viewers on Sky Open and Sky Sport through New Zealand, ESPN across the United States, and of course FIBA YouTube worldwide. The tall timber is in the middle, including the smaller timber. Where's the little
He's already
truck?
gone.
He's gone.
Sprinted. He had it there.
There you go.
Did the work. The ball is here. We're ready to hoop.
Lock yourselves in. Mazinski, Smith-Milner, and it'll be the Saints with the opening possession.
Always like to see where teams go early with their offense. Are they going to look on the interior? Are they going to look for deep shots?
Sean Bruce, Harris, outside, Liafa, step back, opening three, doesn't go down.
Like that play, like the catch off the pick and pop by Harris. Bends the defense, gets a good look, but the Rams rebounding well.
Looks like Liafa has the job on Taylor Britt early days. Keep an eye on that one. Keep an eye on Taylor Britt.
Well, Isaiah Liafa really heavy on the left hand, trying to force him back to the right, but opens up the straight line, and none of that back line of defense for the Saints steps up to stop the drive. 2 easy points.
Opening basket for the Rams. Big crowd in the house. Liafa slices it through to Mazinski.
Like the shovel pass, Liafa never takes his eye off the rim. Force him till he's Smith-Milner to respect him, and that opens up the little drop-off.
Smith-Milner on the drive now. Soft roll.
Soft touch, Tohi Smith-Milner. I think he was actually trying to get the whistle, had Mazinski's hand on the hip, was able to take the contact and get the hoop.
So I'll tell you what, it has been lightning fast start.
No teams play faster than these two teams. They have great pace on both ends.
Coming off a 30-piece against the Sharks. Marshall on the drive. He's fouled. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse for some early shopping.
An interesting little matchup there is Bowen out here on Marshall. That's a difficult cover. And that's that little zone action there. On the kick out to the weak side, Marshall with the jab step, blows by. Athletic player, can play above the rim, shoots the ball well, so you have to be out on him. And that's what enabled that driving lane there, little jab step, blows by. Can't get the first from the Chemist Warehouse stripe though.
4 seasons with the Adelaide 36ers in the Australian NBL. Young man on the rise. 30-plus piece midweek against the Sharks. Second one misses as well. Some early cheers from the Rams fans, as you would expect.
Saints came into this game leading the league in free throw percentage at 86. That's only their 11th miss of the year, those two.
Bowen sends it out to Isaac of the Tama variety.
And that's the key to Tama Isaac's potential, his ceiling. If he can hit that shot with consistency, his future becomes a whole lot brighter.
Out by 5. Sean Bruce, 55% from the arc this season. Harris, offensive rebound. Brucey sneaks in.
Hiram Harris, fantastic rebound, but keeps his head on the swivel. Sean Bruce doesn't stay out in space, though. Cuts through the defense, makes himself available for 2.
That's just experience, isn't it? Bowen looking to hand it off.
Look how physical the Saints are playing defensively early.
Here's the teenager, Tama Isaac, just lost a handle on it.
Well, he's already thinking about Nick Muzinski on that drive, and there's reason. Muzinski's had 6 blocks in a game this season. He leads the competition in block shots, and when you get into that painted area, you have to start thinking, am I gonna go floater, or am I gonna try and jump step? That time he does neither, ends up in a turnover.
Just a touch under 4 blocks per game, Nick Muzinski. Harris on the turn, on the drive, and on the finish.
Well, this is what I was worried about for the Rams, the speed of Harris. Kyle Bowen doesn't have that foot speed to stay in front. Harris doesn't hesitate on the catch, instantly drives to the cup for 2.
Had his hands all over it early in this one, Hiram Harris. Pull up, deep 2 to Taylor Britt. Isaac keeps it in. Bowen with his first shot. Welcome to Canterbury.
Beautiful save, Tama Isaac, not only to use the athleticism to get it, but then deliver it to Bowen in the scoring position. Heads up play by the 18-year-old.
73 games amongst Melbourne United. Isaiah Liafa.
Both teams playing efficient offense early with a lot of speed.
Inside, outside, Kaya Isaac, look out though. Smith Milner will clean it up.
That's going to be the easiest points he gets maybe all season. Just falls right to him for 2.
And Liafa straight back at Taylor Britt is fouled. He's off to the stripe. Rams out by 3.
Looked like pretty solid defense. His body stayed in front. I thought he swiped at the ball, but when you swipe like that, even if it just looks like more of a foul, it is a foul.
Sam Smith and Max Darling coming in for the Rams. Early days. Smith Milner and Kaya Isaac taking a break. Luca Richards is on for the Saints. He was good in the earlier Sky Broadband Rapid League game.
And he's got that ability to be an extra big for this Saints team. He's got excellent size. One that the Jets would probably be pretty disappointed got away. Looked like he was going to be a staple for them for a few years, but the Saints swoop in and made their bench a little bit stronger by bringing them down south.
Liafa nails a couple, 85% from the stripe so far this season. There's Taylor Britt. Again, just searching and finding a way through.
Taylor Britt just getting into the body of Richards. Just too much open lane. At some point, that back line of defense has to step up and stop the drive. And Richards, oh, you see that little shimmy there. Gets Luca Richards' feet a little bit tied up, gets him out of position. That opened that extra little bit of space. And like Sunflight, Taylor Britt always knows how to find a crack. Gets straight through for the finish.
Early stages, Chemist Warehouse stats. Rams 5 of 7 shooting at 71%. Saints 4 of 6 at 67%. Taylor Britt converts. Out by 3. Here's Marshall. Working his way inside. Really good hands there. Sam Smith, yep, into the action.
Well, Marshall thought he had the position there, but strong hands, that's what's the key.
Isaac for 3.
Double triples in the first quarter for Tama Isaac. This is not his forte. He's a good shooter, not a great shooter. Coming into this game, he had been 6 for 15 from 3. Now he's 8 for 17.
I'll tell you what he is. He's a star on the rise, Tama Isaac. Marshall getting up.
Nice defense there to make that left-handed layup extend a little bit more. When you can't finish with the finger roll, a little bit more difficult. The Rams starting to push out the lead.
And if they score here, you sense a timeout coming. Margin at 8.
Aaron Young's going to let him play it out. I think timeouts are going to be valuable later in this one, but the Saints need to find some answers on defense. Those drops are just being torn apart by Taylor Britt.
Open shot, Marshall for 3. That helps.
And that's going to make his driving even more dangerous as this game goes along. Look for those short closeouts and him to blow by him coming forward.
Can Britt respond with 3 of his own? Of course he can.
This all-ball defense has to change quickly. They're in the drops going underneath the screen. Taylor Britt is just picking his poison and feeding it to the Saints.
Liafa, 3 for 3 for 3.
Right back at you. Rams shooting 80%, Saints shooting 67%.
This is hot stuff, both ends of the floor. Don't tell me, not another one. Oh.
Rams are 9 for 11 from the field and 4 of 5 from 3. That's 80% from deep. The Saints are playing great offense and they're down 8.
Serious shooting going on early in this one between the Rams and the Saints.
Oh, I thought that was a kick on Bowen, but not purposeful, so the play goes on.
No whistle. Tama Isaac on the charge.
Well, right into the body, and there's the timeout. Coach Aaron Young has seen enough, a 10-point deficit with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the quarter. Look at Tama Isaac, good defense by Marshall. He goes straight up. Tama Isaac right into the body, takes the contact, gets the bucket.
Well, of course, Tama is the younger brother of Kaya Isaac, who credits the empowerment that Coach Quinn Clinton is giving these younger players for what they're achieving so far this season. Here's Kai Isaac.
Well, coming into the season with new coach Quinn Clinton, you seem to be a very empowered group. What is it about his coaching style coming straight from the, not too far from the playing group, that's helped you guys get off to a great start this season?
Yeah, I think what he's done with, coming in, he's kind of took on Judd's like culture and values, and I mean, we've all played for Judd before, and it's just easy transition. It's easy to play for him. So yeah.
Coming into this game, first day with an import, but you as a team have found great success with just the locals. What about this group has enabled you to come together and play at a high level outside of just being pretty talented?
Yeah, I think we just love playing together. We play hard, we play the right way, and like Kyle will be awesome tonight for us. He's a good player. He had a tough series in Melbourne, but yeah, so it should be good. Looking forward to it.
Well, you hear him saying we play hard, we play the right way. That's what we've seen over these first 6 minutes. This is a team that's playing hard, sharing the basketball, going to whoever the open man is. And the open man early has been Taylor Britt and Tama Isaac. They're combined, they are 6 for 7 from the field. They've got 17 points. Tama, they're 2 for 2 from deep, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 3 for 3 from deep between them, carrying the offensive load early. The younger Isaac and the captain, Taylor Britt.
So back underway. Just over 4 to play in this opening quarter. Saints won the earlier Sky Broadband Rapid League game. What do they do out of this timeout? They draw a foul. Oh,
travel call.
Actually, yeah.
He took that little hop step. Watch the footwork here. Let's see when he picks it up. Yeah, that's 3. Good call by the officiating crew. On top of that, he was getting his steps down before he challenged Darling. And goes the other way.
Max Darling will be happy with that as well, because it looked a clear foul with the contact. Isaac Smith-Milner loves a 3. Back of the iron. Kai Isaac comes up with it. They go again, the Rams.
Guards have to do a better job rebounding on those long triples. The ball always bounces further out.
Tama Isaac, Smith-Milner now. Searching for Max Darling.
Really nice job of cutting by Max Darling, but also by Tohi Smith-Milner not to give away the cut by looking on the perimeter. If he looks down, that passing lane leaves.
This is some sort of a quarter now for the Rams. Inside 7 minutes.
They've done this a few times this year. They can get hot in this building early, and they just ride that wave.
The Rams faithful enjoying everything they're seeing right now. Smith-Milner short. And look at Kai Isaac getting after it.
He doesn't mind a tussle. He does not mind getting his nose in there and getting physical. Hiram Harris will take that foul, though. Whatever the Saints can do to find an answer offensively, they need to do it now. You mentioned the offense not bad. They're shooting 60% from the field, but they have 3 turnovers, and they've given up 3 offensive rebounds.
Well, the Sharks ran the Saints into a bit of form midweek to the tune of 39 points. That was the win for the Saints. Got a feeling it's going to be a tougher afternoon at the office today.
Well, I would have no doubt about that. Nice recognition by Sean Bruce on that drive. Tama Isaac probably just needs to let that one go, but they've got such a depth of talent that you don't mind getting an early foul. You send Bruce off to the line and see if the Saints can't get their form right from the 3-throw stripe, where they are 2 of 4. Remember, of course, Chemist Warehouse, every made shot from the Chemist Warehouse stripe this season adds to the kitty. Sean Bruce doesn't add to the kitty there, but of the Hoops in Schools program in conjunction with BB&Z, put in hoops in schools all across the country to help inspire and train that next generation of baller.
And Sean Bruce
doesn't like the
not
kids.
Done too much for the Chemist Warehouse kitty there.
Doesn't like the kids.
Oh, don't say that. You can have that conversation with him after the game, Case. Here's Kai Isaac on Liafa. Pass was hot. Sam Smith couldn't keep it in. Saints just need to chip away. Down by 12. Rams shooting at 73%, 11 of 15. Winning the rebound count as well, 8-2. Evans Jr. onto the floor now. Liafa has 7 points in the opening quarter. Harris turns and goes. Evans Jr. nowhere to go. Shot clock ticking down. Liafa got to do something here. Tough shot. Oh, not tough enough for Isaiah Liafa.
Big shot taker, big shot maker. Isaiah Liafa has range out to the ocean. Here, he can shoot anything. Got to stay tight with him.
He's got 10. Tama Isaac inside, outside, shuffle pass to Kaya Isaac.
Wow, that pass just a little bit low, forced him off platform. Second time's the charm, though.
Another rebound for the Rams. Oh, Max Darling just floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee.
Well, you love that work rate. He's the passer from out in the perimeter. The shot goes up. He doesn't start getting back. He gets in on the offensive glass. 5th offensive rebound of the quarter for the Rams.
Yeah, dominating the boards. Liafa. Harris on Kaya Isaac, likes the matchup, bodies his way through, gets it back. Can he go again?
Look at
Mazinski.
the strength of Kaya Isaac to keep Hiram Harris out of the post.
How about the defense of the Rams in this opening quarter? Swarming. Tama, Isaac. Smith gets after it.
I think that's going to be a foul on Sam Smith.
Rebound count, Casey, is 10-3. As you mentioned, 5 offensive rebounds for the Rams. They are dominating the glass.
Well, just picked up another one, the Wellington Saints, on that last offensive rebound. So 10-4 overall. That foul was on Tama Isaac, not Sam Smith. Tama Isaac heads off to the, or sorry, Kaya Isaac, not Sam Smith. Kaya Isaac picks up foul.
What do you think the message is from Aaron Young at quarter time?
Well, I think it's slow down on this end and be ready for the speed on the other end. A little bit rushed offensively, being affected by the pressure, but defensively they need better rotations. And number one, box the heck out.
Mazinski. Really good defense, Max Darling, and here they come again. The Red Army. Britt, 9 points for him in the opening quarter. Shot clock, single digits. Just create space for Max Darling.
Well, Muzinski's in the drops there. Defensively, they're in drops. Taylor Britt does the right thing, takes it right into the body. But when Dougal Smith-Meada gets caught up into it, there's no one to guard Max Darling. Excellent awareness by Taylor Britt. Gets the assist. Max Darling gets the triple.
5 of 11 threes for the Rams in this opening quarter. Margin at 14. Saints looking for a confidence booster here late. Marshall can't complete. Rams are going to come again. Bowen, oh, the pass just in front of Kaya Isaac, and that'll do us. Opening quarter belonging to the Wheeler Motor Company. Canterbury Rams here this afternoon. Hot start, 33-19. Let's head down to Casey Frank. He is going to catch up with, it's going to be Isaiah Liapa. Let's check in.
Zay, the Rams get off to a great start there. What can you do to slow down their offense efficiency in the second quarter?
Yeah, the offense is flowing right now. We need to get back in transition, get stops, build walls, and obviously 33 points, way too many in one quarter.
Thanks for the time. We'll take back after this with the Rams holding a 33-19 point lead after one.
Welcome back to Cowles Stadium. Second quarter just underway as you rejoin us. Rams lead by 14. We're going to head straight down to the sidelines off this Taylor Britt shot. In and out. Coach of the Saints, Aaron Young, good enough to join us. Hey, Aaron, rebound count 12-4 in that opening quarter. No doubt that was discussed at quarter time.
Yeah, it was. It was just the physicality. I think we're trying to play for the foul too much, and it's getting a little bit frustrating for us, so we got to just play through it.
To me, Aaron, this doesn't seem like a case of the Saints playing bad, but the Rams are playing pretty well. Outside of the offensive rebounding, what can you do defensively to bend that offense back to where you want it to be?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, the transition stuff hasn't really, been the lead issue. It's just been not respecting them from three. We went under a couple of things we probably shouldn't have, and that's what gave them the confidence.
Appreciate your time, Aaron. Thanks. We'll let you get back to the job at hand. As Tohi Smith-Milner misses the outside shot and then just gives an accidental clip across the face to Nick Mazinski.
And that is going to be foul number 2 on Tohi Smith-Milner. And you're not going to get that whistle if Mazinski doesn't react, so a nice job by him to just let the officiating crew know that this contact happened. Tohi Smith-Milner goes to the bench, but that's not a foul he needs to get. Tohi Smith-Milner needs to be just aware of his value to the club. And no good things are going to happen from you slapping on the ball there. You can use those fouls down here in the paint.
Leading scorers so far on the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet. Max Darling, 10 points in the first quarter. A couple of big threes to end the opening 10 minutes. Harris to Mazinski underneath is smart. Taylor Britt has 9 points. Tama Isaac has 8. Isaiah Liafa has 10. Darling into the action for Smith-Milner, sitting with those 2 fouls. Kaya Isaac with the miss. This is one man, Casey, who can really get the Saints going, Nick Marshall.
He needs a little bit more freedom of movement, though, and the Rams are not giving it to him. But you hit shots like that, that's when the confidence goes up. And a quick timeout for Coach Quinn Clinton. We've seen him with the quick timeouts a few times. If he sees a possession or two he doesn't like, he is quick with it. Now he's going to get his Rams in and just let them know what they're doing defensively. That's the issue. Right now, it's just shot making. What we saw in these first 2 possessions. Hiram Harris sees that he's got Taylor Britt on him and says, clears out Mazinski, I'm gonna back you down. Mazinski hangs around, nice pass Harris. On the other side, it's Marshall just backing things down. I'm gonna get to my spot and score.
I just here, gonna go a punch 1 drop. Okay, so punch 1, 3-man, you're over. On this weak side, just stay nice and high. Okay, like interchange, but staying lifted. Looking for TB, back door, you got him. If you don't have anything, pivot, throw back, next action, okay? Good. All right, just make sure in our action up here, they're lifted. It's gonna make our switches easier, switches are slower. Gotta be physical, okay? All right, we're good, that's a little run. Let's make 1, get our pace going and we're good, okay? All right, here we go.
So early timeout in the second quarter for the Rams. The large Fire Island Pizza is this week's Sal's super special. QR code on screen there. Check it out. Available till next Tuesday at $39.99. Fantastic special as always from our friends at Sal's. Quick timeout called their case by the Rams. They do lead by 10. Max Darling, fantastic end to that first quarter.
What I like about Max Darling, though, is he just got pushed down to the bench. He was a starter. Import comes in. He doesn't sulk. He doesn't do anything else but come out, work hard, take the opportunity when it comes to him. 10 points in that first quarter.
We're going to catch up with Max Darling at halftime. Tune in for that one. Kyle Bowen outside. Taylor Britt. Look at him get after it again. Max Darling.
Hiram Harris looking at the official say, hey, there's a bit of contact behind me. Maybe get that whistle.
Here is Hiram Harris shuffling it off to Isaiah Liafa.
When Zay gets his eye in like that, that's a 25-footer. He catches. He's not even hesitating. Sam Smith, decent defense, but a nice screen by Hiram Harris, and this is Isaiah Liafa getting his eye in. When he starts to play like this, 13 points, that'll get this Saints offense going. He's 4 for 5 from the field, 3 of 4 from deep. He's got 3 rebounds and 2 assists.
I'll tell you what it did do also is it got the Saints bench on their feet. They are trying to get their team on the floor up and running, chipping away, back to 7.
7-0 run to start the quarter.
Britt to Bowen. Oh, Kyle Bowen.
And Nick Wazinski just does what every big who sees Kyle Bowen for the first time make a shot, he gives it that ugly face. Like, oh, he's not going to hit that again. Guess what? It may not look conventional, but that thing drops with consistency.
Wazinski, really good backstory to Kyle Bowen as well. 4 years at St Mary's. 3 of those years he played alongside coach Quinn Clinton. So
that makes recruiting a little bit easier.
They know each other really well.
Dan Fotu also there at the time?
He was, yeah. Here's Nick Marshall. He's done just enough there. That's going to count.
Nick Marshall, comfortable in the post. He opened up this quarter with that little fadeaway. That's 4 points in the quarter now after 3 in the opener. And just this record, you see what the Saints are doing. Whoever Taylor Britt's guarding, if they're got that size advantage, if it's Hiram Harris, if it's Nick Marshall in this case, we're going down to the paint because we don't think you can guard us in the post. Out on the perimeter, easy. And now, Nick Marshall, chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play from the Chemist Warehouse.
Can't put that away, though, averaging 24 points a game this season.
Saints came into the game best free throw shooting team in the competition. Now 4 for 7 on the day.
Tama Isaac had his eye in early. Almost missed his last couple.
Almost too much time on that one. Had to think about it. He's better when he just catches and shoots in motion.
Love the way the Saints have come out in this second quarter. Oh, miscommunication there. Turnover. Isaac, Kaya, Darling on the way through.
That was a lot of thought processes with guys in the air passing the basketball. Kyle Isaac, lucky that Max Darling trailed with him to get that assist instead of a turnover.
12 points for Darling, has not missed. Shooting at 100%, 5 of 5.
Take another look at it. He got nowhere to go. Oh, wait, there's Max Darling. I'll hit him with it. Nice trail, nice assist. Rams back to a 10-point lead.
He does come across as the type of guy, Case Max Darling, who's just always there. He's always going to be somewhere there with you. Mr. Reliable. Hiram Harris. Oh, late call here.
That's going to be the 3rd foul on Tohi Smith-Milner. And that's a tough angle on that one. Tohi Smith-Milner thinks better than chucking the ball around.
I need to see this again. I'm not sure
I
about
didn't think
this.
there was a foul. I thought he was straight up. I didn't think he closed it. Oh, it's that arm. That's what it is. That arm gets clocked in. We couldn't see it from our angle. So that's a foul. That affects Hiram Harris's ability to get up. And Tohi Smith-Milner, 3rd personal. Good thing they got Kyle Bowen when they did.
Well, we're not going to see Smith-Milner for the rest of this half. Here's Harris at the Chemist Warehouse. And it is not an afternoon for free throw shooting for the Saints. The Chemist Warehouse, I think it's closing early on a Sunday afternoon for the Saints.
Might not be able to get it in Christchurch today. That is down to 50%.
Oh, and another one. Wow, look at the crowd. They're loving it.
So, and I was reading the wrong stat previously. Free throw line for the Saints, 2 for 9, 22%. Wow. I was looking at threes earlier. My apologies.
Here's Darling speaking of threes.
Oh, and he points at him. Let's Hiram Harris know about it. Hiram and Max having a little convo. You got very familiar with each other.
No emotion from Judd Flavel there, nothing.
Of course not.
Come on, Judd.
He's not a coach anymore, he's a director of coaching.
Oh, hello. Max Darling, 15 in the game, has not missed a shot, Case. 6 of 6, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc.
And once again, this is on the day that he got pulled out of the starting lineup because we got our import in. Yeah, we are off to a 2-1 start. And yeah, you know you're a tall black, but we need you to come off the bench. Oh, is that what you need? Okay. Let me just score 15 points at halftime.
He has delivered. Sean Bruce held to just 2 points at the moment. Some work inside here for Richards, who's fouled.
Well, that's the right call. Luka Richards hesitated a little bit because of all the bodies there. If he goes up with power the first time, he might have a better shot. But Max Darling, such an excellent vertical defender, affects it. But a little too much contact, whistle blown, back to the Chemist Warehouse we go.
Casey Frank in the house this afternoon, as he is with us year on year. Lots of games, keeping you busy, as always. The 4-time NZNBL champ himself.
How about this Saints squad to the line now? The 10th attempt coming up here in the half. You love to see that. You love to see that aggression on the rim. But they just have not been able to match the possession rate of the Rams in the first half. The Saints, 20 shots. They've made 11 of them. 55%, that's great. The Rams, 31 shots. They've made 16. Most of that off 7 offensive rebounds and the 5 turnovers that the Rams have forced the Saints into.
Richards hits both that rebound count, by the way. Rams leading at 18-10. Big one coming up tonight, 5:30 p.m. local time here in New Zealand, Sky Broadband Rapid League. And then from 6:30, the Sal's NBL. The Tuatara going up against the Giants. Those two teams searching for their first win of the season.
Just 3 seconds to get the ball across half court now. Saints need to recognize this and make any catches on the other side of half difficult.
Tama Isaac is aware of it here. Watch out for him, although they go to Britt, so they're going to have to be super quick here. Just get it across the halfway. And now they steady. Leading by 11. Tama Isaac, so much maturity. Takaya. Tama underneath. Hiram Harris stepping on the baseline.
Well, Tama Isaac really plays the game like a vet. He gets Bruce on his back, puts him in jail, keeps him there, pulls defenders, nice kick out, gets the offensive rebound again. Number 8 for the Rams.
2 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists for Hiram Harris. Here's Isaac round the back. Bowen on the drive now, off the glass, leaves it short. Harris comes across, knocks it out, but straight back to the Rams. This is the man of the hour, Darling. Foul, Hiram Harris.
Well, Hiram Harris is lifting his aggression defensively because he senses the Saints need it. But he probably could have gotten whistled for a couple of fouls on that possession. His third one, watch his arms get in on the drive. That's where the foul is. Good whistle. Aaron Bruce to the bench, and Caslow Evans Jr. gets his first play of the game. Not at the free throw line just yet.
Yeah, it's actually going to be from the side. Talks so much about the young man, Tama Isaac, going at 18 points a game so far this season. He adds another 2 right on cue.
Well, he just felt the contact, and we saw Tama Isaac pregame working on that shot for minutes and minutes, working on that floater coming around. Nice handoff, decent screening action by Bowen. And then there's the contact from behind. Has been shooting with that hand in the back. Anytime you see that, it's an easy whistle for the officiating crew to blow. The hoop, the harm, 10 points for Tama Isaac on 4 of 6 shooting. Trying to make it 11 from the Chemist Warehouse, and he does.
He's an outstanding talent, isn't he? One of 6 teenagers in this Rams lineup here this afternoon. And the margin back out to 14. Can the Saints respond? Here's Harris on Kaya Isaac. Likes the matchup. Spinning back, trying to go underneath. Saints thought there was contact. There was, but it's against their man.
Well, Hiram Harris saying, that's really similar to the way he just guarded me on a shot. It looks pretty much like the same contact coming that way. I think here, Isaac's got the hand in. That could be a foul. He's shooting the basketball. He closes the space. I think good defense on the shot, and then Hiram Harris tries to get in.
You can see the reaction there from Coach Aaron Young. Harris with 2 fouls. Just over 4 minutes to play in this second quarter. Oh, look at Tama Isaac. Look at Max Darling.
17 points, 7 for 7 from the field. Offensive rebound number 2 for him. Dominant off the bench. Timeout Saints, they got to talk about it again.
They're going to talk about Max Darling. That's what they're going to have a chat about. What an afternoon for this man. Just 24 years of age as well. I think we're going to tempt fate here, Casey. I think we're going to go down to the Saints timeout. We're going to try and sneak a camera and a microphone in there and have a listen.
Let's go.
To Aaron Young. Here he is. What's he got to say?
All we can control is this next stretch. Closing out this quarter. That's the only thing we can control right now. All right, make this a game. Get this thing to single digits. I got out. Brucey back in for Kaz.
Hey, win this 4 minutes, Wyatt. Win this 4 minutes. We're in the bonus. Be strong.
Still got one foul to give. Let's try not to use it right away, but we can be disruptive. That means early pickup, turn them a few times, and then gap them. We're giving them too much respect up and in, and they're going right by us. Give a gap. Get our coverage done. Trust Moose is going to protect the rim, and we can run on from there. Here we go. Hey.
I really like that from Aaron Young. Composed, clear messages. Plenty of other coaches out there would be going right off, but just trying to get the message through. Chemist Warehouse, of course, the official stats provider for the NZNBL. The rebound count is a big concern right now, Case.
That's the stat I'm looking at. 22-10 on the glass for the Rams. 10 offensive rebounds to 2. That's led to 15 more shots in the first half. 7 more shots made because of that discrepancy. The Saints have to find a way to get back into things. Nick Muszynski, just 1 rebound overall, 3 for Hiram Harris.
Marshall looking to get something going. Look at this Rams team. They just run and run. There's players everywhere. Britt now on the drive.
Nick Marshall. Two-handed rejection. Get that shot out of here.
And do they get something at the other end? No, they don't. And again, the Red Army swarming back. Isaac saw Muszynski and just backed it straight out. And now they set themselves. Bowen gave up the 3. Shot clock running down at 4. Taylor Britt knows it. He's got to do something late. Pulls up deep, 2.
Well, the drops, Muszynski's in. That's what the Saints feel most comfortable with, but that plays right into the hands of the Rams. They love that mid-range game. They've been taking the aggression, going to the cup. We heard Aaron Young say play with the gap, but they're just not able to implement that.
Sean Bruce.
16 points, the difference on that make. And I still think the Saints have a run in them, but they have to find ways to affect the offense of the Rams. Right now, that's just not happening.
Saints have Shea Illy to come into this team. Of course, Sean Bruce only here for a couple more weeks. Tama Isaac adds another 2.
Nice defense, but that's a one-on-one move from outside the three-point line. No help coming. You give Guy enough dribbles and enough space, he's always going to be able to find a bucket if he's talented.
Talking about players coming in, Rams, Sean McDonald. Walter Brown, of course, sitting on the sidelines today. He's due back Wednesday from an ankle injury. Liafa for 3. And CJ Penner, another import still to come for the Rams.
Yeah, that sounds like an embarrassment of riches to me. Good luck, Quinn Clinton, in your first year as head coach, working out that rotation.
Taylor Britt, pull up 2.
I was just toying with the defense, Taylor Britt. Now he's up to 11 points, 13 for Tama Isaac. Those 2 players shooting 10 for 18 from the field.
Well, Liafa's doing everything he can to lift the Saints right now.
Where's the offensive glass attack for the Saints? It's just not happening.
Britt, back-to-back baskets. He's searching for some more. Oh, just weaves some magic underneath Muszynski.
That's a goaltend. Had his hand in the net. So not goaltend, sorry, basket interference on that one. When he puts his hand on the net when that's coming across. So Muszynski obviously not trying to grab the net there, but because of his length, it gets caught on the hand.
Look at this.
Taylor Britt, a little Steve Nash action. I'll put it up and see that net probably wouldn't have affected the shot, but you see the way the rim goes when you grab the net, hence the call.
Taylor Britt takes a break. 15 points for him this afternoon, 4 assists. Marshall.
And he's the player with the size to really cause cracks in that second line of defense. So good with the ball in hand, attacking the rim. He's up to 9 points now. 4 for 7 from the field, 2 rebounds. But 7 shots for him, 7 shots for Isaiah Liafa. Not enough. Isaiah Liafa, 16 points because he's made 4 threes. They're shooting 9 for 14 overall. That's in the 60% efficiency range. They need to find a way to get the ball through those 2 players' hands with a little bit more consistency.
Marshall converts and says thank you. Saints have to win this next 90 seconds. Timeout called by the Rams. Gives us a chance to have a quick look at the Chemist Warehouse stat sheet. And at the moment, 3 players in double-digit scoring for the Rams. Darling with 17, Britt with 15, and young Tama Isaac has 13.
And they've missed, between them, they've missed 3, 5, 8 shots total. None of those misses from Max Darling. You look at the leading scorers for the Saints, 16 for Liafa, 10 for Nick Marshall. They've combined to go 9 of 14 from the field.
get it over.
Unfortunately for them, just not enough movement offensively, not enough ability to bend that defense. They need to find some ways to affect the ball handling of the Rams, whether that's bringing the double on the on-ball or just challenging your defenders to do a better job in the one-on-one. They need a new answer to the test because the solutions that are coming up here in the first half are not getting them a passing grade.
A lot of fans in the house here this afternoon. A lot of Auckland FC fans will be watching on later tonight. Sky Sport 2 from 7 p.m. 3 draws on the trot for Auckland FC. Can they get back to their winning ways tonight when they take on the Raw? Join us for that. Speaking of all good things coming your way on Sky Sport, the Warriors are in action. They're taking on the Tigers, who've been up and about. That game 7:30 p.m. tonight on Sky Sport 1. The Wars are on a roll, back-to-back wins. Can it continue tonight, Case?
Like
just
the rest
say
of New
yes.
Zealand,
Just
I'm hoping
say
yes. I'm hoping yes. The answer is always, who's going to answer no to that question?
Always
I got to
yes.
fly back to Oxford, bro.
Back underway. 90 seconds to play in this opening half. Look at the Rams, 54 on the board already. Taylor Britt back out there. Pass to
Nice
Bowen.
effort by Isaiah Leofa to get in there.
And the run and the finish. Down it goes, Nick Marshall.
That is where the Saints are at their best. Off the live ball turnover, a missed shot coming the other.
Marshall jumps up to 12. Turnover. This is a good finish here for the Saints. Just what they need. Bruce hits the floor. Marshall again. And another finish for Nick Marshall.
Well, he's gotten aggressive. This is the aggression they need. I said they hadn't had enough ball in hand. Well, 2 touches from Nick Marshall with them and 2 strong drives to the bucket.
Saints fans will be happy with what they've seen in the last 60 seconds. Can they keep out Kyle Bowen? Well, they're going to try their hardest. Bowen's come down on an ankle here.
Yeah, he's tweaked that a little bit. Let's see how serious it is. Is he going to shoot the free throws? The hack on the arm didn't look like a lot of play on the ball, though. Take another look at it. Oh, yeah, good play on the ball, never mind. And then just an unfortunate landing for Bowen there. Hops his way out of it.
He has stayed on the court, so he'll step up to the Chemist Warehouse, try and add some money to schools in parks and schools in hoops with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Some dollars for every shot made. That's an interesting technique.
Look, it's unorthodox but effective. And anybody who tries to change the shot of a young player whose shot goes in, go ahead and find something else to do, because it doesn't matter what it looks like. It matters what the result is. And Kyle Bowen has a fantastic result when he's shooting that ball.
He drops another 2. The Rams respond. Margin at 14. The final 30 seconds of this opening half. Both teams still have their B&Z player timeout. And I'll tell you what Nick Marshall has. He has got it. That look, Case, that look in his eyes right now.
But also, a nice job by Coach Aaron Young spreading the floor out. He's got the ball at half court. If you're going to ask Kate to go up and guard him up there, that's a difficult defensive help. The rotation has to come early. You have to be pinched in. But you can't pinch in off these Saints shooters. So that gives him that open lane. No, he's just shooting by himself because everybody else is talking. But Marshall's going to get 2 free throws here and have a chance to cut it to 12 and give the Saints a bit more momentum heading into the second half.
Gee, this shooting from the Chemist Warehouse this afternoon for the Saints.
They were tops in the league coming in, 84% today. 5 for 13 at 38 here in the first half.
Let's see what Marshall can do here. Oh, I think that's the 3rd double miss. If Sells were giving away slices every time we had a double miss, gee, there'd be some pizzas cooking tonight. 10 seconds. The Rams looking for a late dagger, looking for the youngster, Tama Isaac.
No player timeout called. They had a chance, but they didn't use it.
And that'll do us. 58 on the board for the Rams in this opening half. And these young guns are blasting the Saints off the floor. What a performance. This crowd loving what they're seeing, and they're loving everything they're seeing from Max Darling. Here he is with Casey Frank.
Max, really impressive, efficient first half. You got put to the bench today. You were starting. You came out with a great mindset. Tell me what you were thinking coming into this one.
I always try and come in and make an impact, no matter whether I'm starting or not. So, I always love playing the Saints. It's always a fight, so I try and bring my best game every time.
Possession game really important. There's a lot of offensive rebounds coming out for the Rams in that first half. Was that a point of emphasis, or is that just the way the game's gone today?
No, definitely. It's always a point of emphasis for us. We like to jam. We're a good jamming team, so the balls are coming our way, and we're making the most of them.
Thanks for the time. Good luck in the second half. And I've got Nick Marshall, who got really aggressive in that second quarter. Nick, the first quarter, you've seen a lot of efficiency from the Rams. How can the Saints affect their shot selection and make it a little bit tougher to score?
I think we just got to stay aggressive. It's all done defensive end. That's what we're learning, get second chance points. When we start to get stops, that's when we're able to get out and get downhill and get in the paint.
Offensively, also the offensive rebound's a big problem. What can you do other than just offensive rebound's a big problem as well for the Rams right now. A lot of crashing. How can you keep this Rams squad off the glass?
We just got to hit early, make that physical contest, and just hit them early, crash the board, and then we can get out.
Thanks for the time. Good luck in the second half.
So Nick Marshall and the Saints have got some work to do. Halfway down Sunday afternoon hoops in the NZNBL, and it's the Rams out by 16. Well, my hockey welcome back to Cowles Stadium this afternoon. Blistering opening half from the Wheeler Motor Company Canterbury Rams today. They lead 58-42 over the Saints. Love what we've seen from the Rams here today. Reigning two-time champs, of course. Can they make it a three-peat in season 2025? Got plenty of fans here, the kids having some fun at half-time. They'd be pretty happy with what they've seen as well. Hey, some big things coming up, of course, in April here at Sky. We are saying welcome to a new satellite. Customers with the Black Sky box, leave them plugged in and powered on. The satellite switchover is coming your way through April. Audio case, there's been a lot to like about the home team. Look at the fans. They're up and about. They love the camera. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank with you here at Cowles Stadium. It's a 16-point margin.
Not what I was expecting coming in, but the Rams, fantastic on both ends, playing with great efficiency and pace on one end. On the other end, the Saints doing all they can, especially Nick Marshall and Isaiah Liafa.
Yeah, Liafa has been trying to haul his team up through that first half. He's such a sweet shooter, isn't he? But I love the way he gets to the rack as well.
Yeah, only the one drive. Otherwise, he's 4 of 5 from behind the arc in that first half, 5 for 7 from the field, 16 points. His eye is in, and certainly the Saints need to find a way to use that shooting ability he has to bend the defense of the Rams a little bit and open up some driving lanes that Nick Marshall and Hiram Harris and Sean Bruce can use to more effectiveness.
Well, Liafa is doing what he can for the Saints, but Max Darling, what an opening half from him.
I just love the mindset. I mentioned it a bunch of times in the first half, but it impresses me. To the bench I go, doesn't matter. 7 shots, 7 makes. Started with the triple and kept it going from there. 17 points, 3 rebounds. He's in all the action. He's rotating well defensively. He's obviously doing an excellent job on the offensive glass, making himself available when the drivers are in a little bit of trouble on penetrations like that one from Kaya Isaac, being that bailout when he needs to be. And when you can do that on the inside and shoot like that from the outside, man, that makes you one heck of a matchup nightmare.
What a star he is, the 24-year-old. Chemist Warehouse stats to the half. The one that stands out for me starts with R and rhymes with rebounds.
I was wondering where the one was going to go, but look at that, 26 to 11. And that discrepancy on the glass, mostly from the offensive end where they have 10 offensive rebounds, has led to those 13 extra shots. The Rams have made nearly as many shots as the Saints have taken. The three-point shot, the only thing keeping the Saints reasonably close right now, but they've also given up too many attempts from deep for the Rams. The Rams really just have them guessing. They can go in, they can go out. They have to figure out and limit the options in the second half.
Big opening half for the Rams here at home this afternoon. They lead by 16. Max Darling has been an absolute star, leading the way with 17 points. And on the other side of the break, we're going to catch up with him. Can't wait for that one. Max Darling coming up shortly.
What camera? Which one? You? Perfect.
Just an audio sync clamp just up by your face.
For me, it was more just taking the opportunity that I got, because I've been around the breakers already, so I knew the level I had to be at to play for them. And now I just want to bring that kind of energy and being able to build up my team and bring it to this team and be in more of a leadership role, I think.
It falls to Isaac, runs straight into low. They've got to get it up here. They do through Darling.
This is my 7th year, I think, playing for the Rams, so it always feels like home when I go back. Gotten to know these boys really well, so yeah, it's really no question. When they ask me if I want to come back, I'm going to always say yes. It was a bit weird at the start because I played with Quinn 2 years ago and then now he's my head coach, so got my head around that now and everything's been going pretty well. It was a good test the first 2 games, but yeah, as soon as you step on the court, then he's your coach and you understand that, like you said, you respect it, so it's pretty easy. And then off the court, you can still be boys with him, so it's not too bad. Sometimes we know we're not the most talented team on paper, but the way we play together, the way we work together and interact on and off the court, I think is our biggest strength. And we're really young. We like to run and beat everyone up and down the floor, and that's how we've won the last 2 seasons, and I think that's how we'll continue to win.
Well, he certainly brought the energy this afternoon. Max Darling, 17 points in the opening half, shooting at 100%. As the third quarter gets underway, Rams lead this one by 16.
And I'm going to have to start taking a little exception with people who aren't saying the Rams are talented. Yeah, I know they're working, and I know they work hard, but this is a talented squad of young players.
Oh, no doubt about that, Casey. I'd love to have a chat with anyone who's saying they're not talented.
Well, it was Max. He just said it in my time.
Come on, Max. Masinski trying to haul it in underneath. Early chances there, go begging for the Saints, and here they come, the Rams.
Better effort on the offensive glass, though. Got the first one, almost had the second. But you can't leave Max like that.
Oh, first miss of the afternoon.
And that actually, even though he's wide open there, the Saints might think, okay, maybe we have a little breathing space in the second half.
Liafa just had to change his mind mid-air. Kyle Bowen did well defensively there.
Yeah, lovely help by Kyle Bowen there. He helps late. He doesn't come early to make it an easy pass to Mazinski. Challenges late, forces Liafa into the turnaround. Very difficult passing angle, ends up being another turnover.
Bowen, Kai Isaac. Hasn't had his shooting stroke going today, but he's been doing plenty of the other stuff, Kai Isaac. Taylor Britt and Bruce, big matchup here. And I tell you what, Taylor Britt is winning that matchup.
The way his game has evolved over the last, 5 or 6 years. He was at Perth, of course, as the developmental player, and has really taken on a key role as the leader of this group over the last 5 years as Muzinski catches a lob and gets the N1 opportunity. But that shot by Taylor Britt there, 3-4 years ago, that's not one he's taking, much less taking with confidence. And now it's a shot that you expect him to knock down. 18 points today, 7 for 12 from the field, 4 assists. His game is really maturing nicely as he comes into his late 20s.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Casey. The rise of Kiwis right now across the Sal's NBL. You talk about Taylor Britt. Carlin Davison had a triple-double yesterday for the Airs, 21 years of age. It's exciting stuff. Tama Isaac on show today. Jackson Ball we keep talking about.
I like that little three-quarter court press by the Saints. Slows down the transition game, gets them set defensively. See if they see it a few more times on free throws.
What changes have they made at the half, the Saints? Here's Hiram Harris. Can he get going? Been a quiet day, just 2 points for him. Mazinski with the putback.
Second offensive rebound in 2 minutes. The Saints put in a little effort here. Quinn Clinton's seen enough. That cuts it to 14, and the quick timeout once again. He's seen something, buddy. He's going to nip that bud right off.
Yeah, he does it, doesn't he? Quinn Clinton, just 26 years of age, youngest coach in the competition, and quite a few people who are delving back through the history books over 42 years in the Sal's NBL. I think he might actually be the youngest coach ever in the competition.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Nick Mills about it. We were trying to figure out ones. Closest I can think is Morgan Maskell, 29. Aaron Young was right around that 29 years of age. Dean Vickerman was right around 29 as well, but 26, I'm not even sure I had a driver's license yet.
T-Brett, you're here to strong side. Okay, this guy, you're out early. Okay? Kai, after you pass, you're screening, T-Bird off that zoom, bunch up over here. Okay, remove that nail. Good, KB. Okay. Hey, we got to, if they blow up the action, we've got to get to the next one quicker. We're just bogged down a little bit right now. Okay? Defensively, more physicality on the brackets.
Well, Casey, you might need to be his wingman to get Quinn Clinton into Robbie's at Riccarton later tonight.
I'll tell you what, if you got the Rams jersey, I'm pretty sure the head coach gets in. I'm pretty sure. Oh, are they allowed pizza there? Might have to pick up this $39 large Fire Island pizza deal. Sal's Hoop 25 is the online code, or use that QR code that next time it pops up on screen. We'll show it again.
Get it done. Margin at 14, back underway early in the third quarter here. Saints just with a little bit of a mini response right now. Taylor Britt, speak of responses.
He just takes what the defense gives him. If they're going to sag, he's going to hit that 14-footer all night long.
He's game high 18 now. He's winning that battle with Sean Bruce, no question. Mazinski, another basket for him.
I really like the way Mazinski just takes that hook right into the jaw of the defender. Kyle Bowen talking to the official saying, hey, that coming through, but he doesn't swing it through. It's just in the shooting motion, and that really deters challenges by the defender.
And he's up to 11 now. Just the change up for the Saints here. They're looking for the big fella.
Looking for the, we saw Hiram Harris with some catches in the post. Mazinski got himself involved on the offensive glass first, and now they're rewarding him with the catch on the low post touch.
15 points, 9 rebounds, and a touch under 4 blocks per game for Mazinski.
With the steal there as well.
Liapa, pull up 3. Oh, short. Harris, offensive rebound. Bruce kicks it out. Hiram, Harris.
Well, I talked about Taylor Britt's game developing, but that's a shot Hiram Harris wouldn't have looked at 5 years ago. Now he is a very solid three-point shooter. Beautiful steal. Marshall, get up, son!
Saints on the move.
Picks the pocket and into a trap. Tama Isaac has Marshall completely wrapped up.
Right back into this game now. 63 plays 54. Tama Isaac, in fact, Taylor Britt, I should say, he is firing on all cylinders.
Well, he's taking the challenge that the Saints are presenting. They picked up the pace. Taylor Britt, the only one answering on the offensive end for the Rams.
He's got 22 at 64%. Saints starting to find their groove. Liafa, Mazinski, good hand in there. Darling forces the turnover.
Mazinski didn't expect the length of Max Darling's hands, arms to be able to get up there. He's trying to keep it high, but Darling, such a reach advantage.
Harrison Darling tangling up as well. There's a bit of spice in this one right now. Kaya Isaac gets around Harris, spins around Marshall, hands it off to Bowen.
Kaya Isaac. Put him in the spin cycle, take the change, head off to the laundromat. Sets up Kyle Bowen with the easy finish. The lead stretches back to 13, but the Saints are driving.
Second assist of the game for Kai Isaac. He's also got 8 rebounds. Liafa, too much space, but not enough to get over Bowen.
And the transition opportunity for the Rams. Can they convert again?
I'll tell you who can convert. Taylor Britt has done so much of that this afternoon.
Up to 22 points for him.
Saints got let off the hook there.
Max Darling picks up his second personal foul on that drive.
I reckon I talk about Hiram Harris in every game I see the Saints play, that there's a moment. You can pick it. There's a moment in every game with Hiram Harris where he gets that look in his eye and he just says, rightio, give me the ball.
To be fair, most games it's tip-off.
It is tip-off, you're right.
He reminds me of the, you ain't got to get ready if you stay ready. And Hiram is always ready for whatever's going down.
He's gone up a notch in this third quarter. Marshall takes a bump.
Good recognition by Nick Marshall there that he had Kai Isaac a little disadvantage on that shot. If he goes to a jump stop and pulls up and gets out of it, Kai Isaac would have been able to recover. But he gets into the runner, the contact's there, he gets the whistle, and a chance for the Saints to find some form at the stripe, where they are 6 for 15, not helping out the Hoops and Schools program today. Where, of course, every make from the Chemist Warehouse stripe adds to the funds that Chemist Warehouse is donating to the Hoops and Schools program. That's right, Nick Marshall, he loves the kids.
He heard you.
He loves the kids.
Pretty sure you said earlier on today he didn't like the kids.
No, I said that about Sean Bruce.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Which is also not true.
Not true.
It was just because he missed a couple free throws.
100% not true.
Don't get your white Australians mixed up.
Let's just get that out there. What have you got against Aussies?
Where do I start? Do we have time? With 5:15, look, I'll save it till after the game. I'll tell you about it on the flight home.
Let's move on, midway through the third. Margin at 11. Sal's NBL Week 3, Mad March. Hope you're enjoying it. A lot of people enjoying Taylor Britt right now, under some pressure there.
The zone
Smith
really doing some good
Milner.
things for the Saints.
And Smith just giving it up there, and it is, you're right, they get it back, the Saints.
The Rams much more tentative against that zone than they are against the man-to-man.
Pull up.
Oh, unlucky.
So close.
Isaiah Liafa's cooled off a little bit here in the third quarter.
There's Britt to Darling. On the baseline, Isaac. Oh, Smith Milner missed the bunny.
How about Nick Marshall on the glass, really controlling the defensive rebounds against bigger bodies of the Rams.
Basket here, we're back to single digits.
Oh, Liafa has had some great looks at the bucket, but can't get that nice little runner to drop.
Chance to go back to 9. Chance to go up to 13. Isaac misses.
Well, it's become a little grindy. The free-flowiness we saw in the first half, both teams more physical, putting their bodies on the line, and taking away the easy opportunities we saw more of in the first half.
Marshall to Harris.
Did I say taking away easy opportunities? Never mind. Nice action, though. Good screen by Bruce. And then Harris, with the basket cut instead of the fade, gets himself a bucket.
Good Saints basketball. Harris up to 7. And the margin back to 9. Short corner. Taylor Britt.
That mid-range has been automatic. 10 for 16 from the field. 24 points for the captain now.
Liafa to respond.
Isaiah Liafa, that one maybe a little quick considering he's missed his last 3. I think that's 4 straight misses for Liafa here in the quarter.
Kai Isaac from the corner, stepping around Doodle Meter. Nice footwork. Timeout called by the Saints. Good response here from the Rams. Sal's NBL not done with today. Still got the Tuatara and the Giants to come later tonight.
That little 3-minute stretch there where the Rams were missing, but the Saints couldn't get back in the game. They had it all the way to 11 points, but 4 empty possessions. That's why Aaron Young's calling a timeout. He needs to find some execution on that end.
Well, let's head down and have a listen in. Aaron Young has called the timeout for the Saints.
Yeah, sorry, Cass, get in real quick.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Understand. I'm asking, now Musa's back in the game. I'm asking the guard when they go to their one action with T-Britt, I'm asking the guard to top lock. We got to steal on that last one with you, Moose. So anchor yourself down low. We got to crack down and we got to take 2 on that weak side. You'll guard someone else. You'll guard someone else. Yep. Yep. Hey, keep being disruptive. If T-Britt catches it, we got to load over at the nail.
Okay, Casey, I think Rangi Maria, Dougal Meter will be very happy with it. Got some good airtime for his biceps there.
They're easy to spot. That young man is in shape.
Quarter by quarter this afternoon, Rams winning the first quarter 33-19. Tightened up in the second. Saints have responded in the third.
Well, they've just found a way to slow down the Rams defense. I like the intermingling of the zone, keeping the Rams thinking. I think you have to switch up the on-ball coverages as well. Oh, that's a foul on Tama Isaac there. Hiram Harris milks it. Might as well be a dairy farmer the way he milked that one. And now rubbing a little bit of salt in that wound afterwards. Young Tama Isaac has mostly a smile on his face.
Oh, you reckon? Here is Hiram Harris. Let's see what the Saints can do here. Marshall. Corner. Evans Jr. into the action. Nowhere to go. Sends it out. Long hands of Bowen again. Seen that a few times this afternoon. Tama Isaac goes it alone. That's going to be a block. I think it's going to be in front here.
I think that's on... Is that on Muzinski? No, it's not on Muzinski. It was
think it's on Nick
on
Marshall.
underneath. They called it with the block. Oh, not a ton of contact. I thought, looked to me like Marshall was in pretty good position. Muzinski got to clean up high, but that's aggressiveness being rewarded. When you drive hard, go hard, and there's some contact there, the benefit of the doubt quite often goes to the more aggressive player.
First miss from the Chemist Warehouse for the Rams this afternoon. 5 of 6 now. Saints are 8 of 17. Tama Isaac hits the second. He's got 16 points today, the youngster. Younger brother of Kaya Isaac, of course. Big things ahead for this young man, Tama Isaac. 18 points a game so far this season.
These last 3 minutes, I think, big for both teams. If the Saints can cut it to single digits, they'll have that momentum. But if the Rams can stretch this out, that might put this game in the chili bin.
Hiram Harris. Don't worry about the chili bin. He's just starting to heat up.
If he's going to be hitting triples, that changes the way you have to defend him. Look for the driving lanes to open up. Down to 11, Saints need another stop. 10 points for Hiram Harris to go with 7 rebounds.
Yeah, he's starting to fire up, no question. Bowen has a wide open three.
Coach Aaron Young has to tell him, get out on Bowen. It doesn't look pretty, but it is effective. Lucky that one missed.
He's already hit a triple today. Harris bit between the teeth right now. Sean Bruce has been quiet.
Nice extra pass there by Dougal Mita, creating the opportunity. Saints, once again, though, can't crack the single-digit line.
Liafa all over Isaac. Bowen, this time on the dribble. Muzinski, can he find a way through? Doesn't get the roll.
Great challenge by Muzinski. Excellent defense, moving his feet. Not his skill against a ball handler, but he did it well that time.
Harris, just searching. Now goes up against Smith-Milner. Just tripped over in the end.
The defense too compact. Everybody's in the lane. They have to swing that to the other side.
Fancy stuff, Smith-Milner. And there's a foul underneath. That'll be against Liafa.
I think that's Dougal Mita. Got his elbow up and in. It was locked in with Tohi Smith-Milner. It's a good solid rebound. Tohi Smith-Milner finally gets a foul to come back. Look at this, right underneath, locked into the arm, puts up Tohi Smith-Milner, sells the call well with the fall to the ground, gets the benefit of the doubt, and we're back to the baseline, Rams ball.
Taylor Bridges taking a seat. 24 points today. He's going to be a huge part of this one in the last quarter. Rams by 11. Bowen again, left with plenty of space. Tama Isaac.
Oh.
Bowen.
I actually thought he shuffled the feet on the catch, but he gets it up quickly. The push shot from about 17 when the Rams really needed that bucket to get some breathing space.
Well, you've been talking about it all game. Muzinski just giving Bowen plenty of space. Harris sliding into the signage.
And just a note for the administrators out there. Nick Marshall has switched jerseys, now number 80. Notice that had a little bit of blood on the white. Always easy to spot. Look at Hiram Harris driving in, looking for the contact. Oh, elbow to the face, good no call.
If there was a stat in the Cells NBL about taking out sideline signage, I'm predicting Hiram Harris leads that category every year.
I don't know, some other guys that took out some signs this week.
Saw Josiah Alec last night for the Sharks, took out a table.
As long as they're not kicking them, it's okay.
Well, you get in trouble for that, as Corey Webster found out during the week. Tama Isaac sends it back to brother Kaya. Big moments in this game here this afternoon. Big moments for the Rams. Kaya Isaac with the miss. 27 seconds to play.
Nice offense. But what I really like about the Saints is that they're holding on this entire time. They've been able to hold it back and just be close enough to keep themselves instead. Coming into this fourth quarter, they put themselves in position to come back and get this game.
Just on Nick Marshall wearing number 80, he's got the blood singlet on. I don't think I've ever seen a player, seen 99, seen that sort of stuff in basketball. I don't think I've ever seen a number 80.
Not a lot of 80s out there.
Here he is, Nick Marshall. Dying seconds. Shot clock just inside the game clock. Can he get something late here for the Saints? Goes it alone for three, Nick Marshall. That won't do it. Rams with a chance now. 5 seconds to play. They know it. They're on the move. Off the glass. Tama Isaac. Rams with a big dagger. Tama Isaac. This young man exploding here today with some cramp. And that's not what the Saints needed. Rams by 15 off that basket. These youngsters flying high. 6 teenagers today, including Tama Isaac. Look at that for a replay. So three-quarter time. Rams are out by 15. Big last quarter coming up. Stick with us. Welcome back to Cowles Stadium this afternoon. Big Sunday game in the Sal's NBL. Rams lead it by 15. Saints actually won the third quarter by 1. Let's head down to the sidelines. Wheeler Motor Company, Canterbury Rams coach Quinn Clinton, good enough to join us. Quinn, we know the Saints. We know they'll keep coming. What were the key messages at three-quarter time?
Yeah, I think it's just stay with our discipline. Like, we've been good when we're disciplined on both ends, getting through our actions, being solid on in our defensive assignments. Just got to get back to that early.
Saints had you a little bit tentative when they were tossing out the zone at times, that they're mixing up the defense. How can you keep that aggressiveness that you had in that first half throughout this fourth quarter, despite them trying to switch things around on you?
Yeah, I think it's just mixing our paces. Like, we've got to recognize it's zone. It's early in the season. Just trying to get through our stuff and get all 5 guys on the same page. So I like where we're at. We're competing hard. Just got to finish this quarter.
I really appreciate your time, Quinn. You look like you're enjoying the coaching caper, mate. Keep it up. Love the fact that our coach is doing this.
No way he's giving you a third question, Justin.
That wasn't a question. That was a compliment.
You were sneaking. I saw you trying to sneak it in there.
Taylor pulling up for the 2.
Saints need to find some activity in transition. These grab and goes are great, but they need to convert baskets out of them.
Well, Casey, we just heard from Quinn Clinton there about his messages at three-quarter time. What do you think Aaron Young would have been saying down the other end?
Stay aggressive, pick up the ball pressure, see if we can't force a couple of turnovers and get on the offensive glass, because you can't just trade buckets. Taylor Britt there sprinting on into the chest of Nick Marshall. The crowds didn't like it, but if you don't want to run into me, don't run into me. Taylor and Nick Marshall got a little something to say. Hiram Harris is in there now with Kyle Isaac.
There's the foul. Well, that's what's been called up, and here's the finish.
Yeah, if you're gonna, First of all, that was like a 12-step run up from Taylor and Britt. You need to go ahead and not take 12 steps at me and run into me.
Taylor Britt and Sean Bruce having a bit of a chat. MVP QR code on screen. Fun and free. We want to hear from you, our viewers. Who do you think is today's MVP? Max Darling leading the way at the moment. Kyle Isaac.
Really create a lot of space with that fadeaway. It's a delay of game on the Rams there. I think might have been Sam Smith grabbing that ball out of the basket. But really nice recognition. Kai Isaac gets into the teeth of the defense. He sees Muzinski in front of him. The only way he can get that shot off is to go to that fadeaway. Does it well.
Amongst all of that, Rams push the margin out to 17. And they force a turnover.
Well, in the second half, that's the 5th turnover here. Had 5 at halftime, up to 10 now. And just trying to force that one in. I don't mind being aggressive, but Hiram Harris, that's a tough catch. And if he catches it, he's on his way out of the rim. Just give it to the guard and reset.
Muzinski with the foul down the arm. He's not happy with the call. I'll tell you what, we are used to the Saints crowd in Wellington giving it to opposition teams. Right now, this Rams crowd...
First of all, this is a hack. Look at him smack the arm. I mean,
can't complain about that.
You can't say that's not a foul. That's the shooting hand. He's trying to say no. The crowd on the baseline certainly enjoying the chatter. Up 17. The Rams, I think, have more to lose in that game within the game than the Saints have. You know, the Saints can gain some stuff. They can get the Rams out of their rhythm, get them playing that instead of playing the scoreboard. Because the Saints need something to change. With the Rams just want to keep this going. They don't want to get sucked into that.
Smith-Milner splits the pair at the Chemist Warehouse. Everything needs to go right for the Saints from here. It's a big task ahead of them. Sean Bruce cops a bump.
Those are the shots that have needed to drop for the Saints today. Yes, it's a foul and he's going to the line, but that's an easy finish. The one that Sean Bruce would be disappointed that he got caught on not making that one.
Casey, Sean Bruce came in averaging 22 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 triples per game. Chemist Warehouse stats, where's he at?
Well, Sean Bruce has 4.5 now on 2 for 6 from the field, 1 rebound and 6 assists. Has not had a lot of the ball in hand. They've been playing through Liafa, they've been playing through Marshall. And Bruce has been on that weak side, more as a gravity puller of the defense, but hasn't had the opportunity to create those opportunity scoring.
Converts a couple there. Saints need to get a stop now. Look at Marshall all over Taylor Britt. That is a contest within a contest right now.
Well, Nick Marshall had his hand wrapped around the hip. That's normally a foul. But they are letting a little bit of extracurricular activity occur here in the second half because you have to. It's lifted. The physicality is lifted up. The emotion is lifted up. You know, the officials have to adjust too.
Nick Marshall may have taken some exception to being used as a 10-pin not that long ago by Taylor Britt. We'll keep an eye on that one.
7 seconds left on the shot clock.
There they are, the two we're talking about. Right now in the action, Taylor Britt. Marshall with the rebound.
The Rams transition defense has been so good. So few opportunities that the Saints have converted today.
Taking it on the move. Liafa left it behind. Look at Harris sliding. Bruce for 3. Mark that down to Hiram Harris.
And that's the type of play. It cuts the lead down to 13. But that's the kind of hustle that you see and inspires you as a teammate. Hiram's outside the free throw line when that ball goes loose on the floor, and he dives in there with reckless abandon. You do not want to be diving for balls half-heartedly around Hiram, because that will be where you lose an ACL or an MCL.
We'll have a look at this G.J. Gardner-Holmes replay. Watch Hiram Harris.
Just throws the body in there, creates the opportunity. So, Sean, you need to get going. Here you go. Let me set you up with a wide-open look. And here we see the press again. The Rams have been struggling a little bit to set things up quickly because of this pressure.
Long way to go in this one, and look out, the Saints on the move right now. Oh, Marshall running into trouble. What a stop by the Rams.
He thought he was going to get the contact instead. He should have dropped it off to Harris. Lose 2 points that way.
Muzinski in the lane, back the other way. Have a look at this.
Great D. Taylor Britt gets a hand on it from the behind. He's a shot blocker now, too.
Oh, that is a captain's effort, no question.
That was Taylor Britt showing exception for the shoulder check. You're going to put me to the ground, I'll put you a shot out of here.
Here he is, Taylor Britt. He's had some sort of an afternoon. Has to be right up there in the MVP voting.
Muzinski with another deflection. That one with the foot.
Next 3 games for the Saints. At home to the Bulls, then they're away to the Jets and the Sharks. That game against the Jets next Sunday afternoon, we'll be there for that one. No love lost between the Saints and the Jets. A big crowd expected at Fly Palmy Arena. Grab your tickets. Smith-Milner for 3. Another offensive rebound for the Rams.
That is offensive rebound number 13. They've only had 3 in the second half, but that was a big one.
Bowen. Up and off the glass.
Lost the ball, but recovers it well. Carl Bowen doing the little things well. And on the spot for the finish there. 11 points for him.
He's looked good on debut. Really good pass there. Sean Bruce to Muzinski.
Muzinski 13 points now.
Saints are just hanging in at the moment. Oh, forget about hanging in. Say hello to Tama Isaac.
21 points now, 8 for 12 shooting. That's his 3rd triple on 6 shots from deep.
He loves a dagger, doesn't he, Tama Isaac? Saw it heading into 3/4 time. Called for a foul there.
Just fix up that score on screen for you. The actual count is 84-68. Rams have been scoring with a little bit of quickness here. Tough for us to keep up.
We mentioned the next 3 for the Saints. Casey, here's what's coming up for the Rams. They're at the Airs midweek. I think that's a Wednesday night game.
This could be a big one. The Rams and the Airs, those are 2 teams with similar size. Jack Andrew, Harry Froling up against this lineup. I think that size advantage actually shifts to the Airs in that one. A battle of strength for sure.
Who takes Carlin Davis? And we are expecting Walter Brown back for the Rams for that game.
Well, there's your answer. that is, if anybody has the physical tool set to match up with Carlin Davidson, it's there. But they've also got the bigger guys to go against them. I think Bowen wouldn't be a bad option in that space either.
Further ahead for the Rams. They play at the Stockyard against the Bulls and at home to the Jets. That's their next 3. Score here, 84-70 in favor of the Rams.
Just under 6 minutes to play.
Oh, how's that going to be called?
That's a
well,
no call.
It's going to be a flop warning eventually, but a no call right now. Harris for 3. A lot of time to look at that. Muzinski with the foul, I think. That's the sort of day it's been for the Saints.
Flop warning confirmed for Tama Isaac. Take another look at the foul here. No, we won't take a look at that one.
Muzinski has been called for the foul. So 84-70, 5 minutes 40 to play. We'll get that score ticker back up for you shortly. Talked a fair bit about the Saints and what they've got to do from here. Been a really good afternoon for the Rams, Casey. What would you like to see from them over the next 5 minutes?
Well, just keep the effort up. You're down 14. You're not out of this game because of the way you shoot the basketball. But they're going to have to get a bit more aggressive. They're going to have to gamble. And they're going to have to force the Rams to get uncomfortable. I haven't seen them do that for extended stretches. If they don't do it for the next 5 minutes, they're going to go back to Wellington with the L.
And just on the Rams, what do you think Quinn Quinton's looking for from his team?
As we see Hiram Harris get that finish, if I'm Quinn Clinton, I want to see them react really well to the emotion of this game. They've been caught up in a little bit in the second half, but if I'm up 12 points, I want my team to know, no, we want to stay out of it. We want to play the game. We don't want to play that game within a game.
84 plays 72. Offensive foul called there. Saints happy. Kaya Isaac. Just a little bit of a chicken wing, I think. And this game is at an interesting point with 5 minutes to play.
It has been here many a time for the Saints, but they have not been able to get it into that 10-point range. They have only twice in the second half gotten it to 9. We would love to do that again here.
12 points in the game. Rams lead. Harris misses. 4:48 to play.
84-72. The score stays. That triple, if it would have bounced, would have got them back into single digits. But this game, not only in the second half, have the Saints never been closer than 9 points, but the Saints have never led in this bad boy. This is a tip to post.
Now we've had a ball change down
Wait a
on the
minute.
score. I know, we've
Ball
been here before, Case.
Last time we had a ball change in this gym, things turned precipitously poorly for the home team.
Well, that was in the Tauihi semi-final, wasn't it, between the Pauakai and the Queens? But we have just had a change of the molten game ball.
Ran into some drinks over there on the baseline.
Milner.
Excellent challenge by Muzinski. Gets right back in on the glass. Muzinski, 13 points, 5 boards now.
Tell you what, if the Saints score here...
Oh, that's a foul. They didn't call that on Max Darling on the catch. I'm surprised they didn't get another N1 opportunity there as Marshall gets the finish.
No whistle, 84-74.
Max Darling has a tweaked ankle as well.
Plenty of minutes to play. Darling from the corner. Maxwell.
That's his first bucket of the second half. He's only had 2 shots here since halftime, up to 20 points now for him.
Comes at a big time as well. Smith Milner with the foul. Just the way the Rams needed to respond.
Oh, so Max Darling up to 20 points now. That was his 8th make. 2 buckets here in the second, 1 bucket here in the second half. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and that triple, that may be the last straw for that Camel.
As you know, Casey, we love to hear from the viewers with the game MVP. What are your thoughts? There's plenty to like about Taylor Britt, Max Darling, Tama Isaac.
Well, you can't go wrong with any of those. I think each of those players at different times has taken control of the ball game. I mean, you even talk about Kai Isaac. He's in there leading the team in rebounding with 10. Hasn't scored like that today, but I'd probably lean Taylor Britt because of the effect he's had overall.
You could not.
Sam Smith doesn't miss.
Could not.
Sam Smith does not miss from 3. He is 5 for 5 from deep. Oh, sorry, he missed 1 earlier, so he's 5 for 6. Sam Smith only misses once.
You just could not give a bloke more space than that. Sam Smith makes the Saints pay.
5 for 6 on the season from 3.
Bowen on the AFA. Back-to-back baskets for the Rams. Timeout, Saints.
Hits him with the 2 small. Flex is coming back. 16-point lead for the Rams. And they are looking for that wound and trying to rub a little bit of salt in it.
Rams respond in a massive way. Just over 3 minutes to play. Tama Isaac, this young man here, the 18-year-old, has simply been sensational this afternoon. He has a massive future ahead of him, Casey Frank.
Well, he works so hard. He's a fantastic defender, gritty player, gets his down in, but that jump shot, you know, last year he wasn't really looking to shoot the basketball from beyond the arc. Today, 3 out of 6. He's hitting these tough runners. He's obviously got skills with the basketball in hand, but it's his toughness and his grit, which I think is a difference maker for him. You know, in some ways, he kind of reminds me of Paul Henare, a better scorer, but that same level of physicality, that same drive and desire to just get his face in there, be a physical force despite being a point guard. He does not mind mixing it up.
Well, here's the MVP right now. QR code on screen. Have your say. Would love to hear from you. And I'm not going to get into a debate on the percentages. That's up to the viewers, but I think they've got the right 3 players there.
Yeah, it's normally our viewers are pretty smart. They're pretty smart. They can put it together. There's certainly the 3 dudes who I think have had the biggest effect on the Rams' performance up to this point. Max Darling, no doubt, the MVP of the first half. I think Tama Isaac was fantastic in the first as well. Taylor Britt probably a little bit more solid overall.
Back underway, Saints add 2 through Hiram Harris. I reckon he's going to get caught. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Same call that happened earlier. Max Darling, bit of a cramp in the leg. He's starting to stretch him out too. Tama Isaac had a cramp earlier at the 3rd quarter. I think he was just actually trying to avoid my interview because doesn't love the camera.
Tama Isaac?
Sorry, Tama Isaac. It's tough with these Isaac brothers. They're both so talented.
Kai is okay. Kai doesn't mind.
He doesn't mind chatting.
Here's Taylor Britt. 24 this afternoon for the captain. Tough pass. Knocked out of play by Nick Marshall, wearing the number 80 blood singlet for the Saints. Both teams came into this one 2 wins from their opening 3 games. Free throws have been a big story today. Rams 7 of 9, Saints 12 of 23. Late shot, Bowen, got to go, got it up in time. Liafa, the Jets are on, the roll is there.
Oof. Finger roll. Nice, but that's the transition opportunity that the Saints have had so few of in this game. The Rams really defending well on the break.
Speaking of the Jets, this man has had the afterburners on all afternoon, Taylor Britt.
26 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. He's got a block. He's doing a little bit of everything.
Bruce to Harris. Foul underneath, that'll be against Kai Isaac, hanging on to the big frame of Nick Mazinski.
But if you're Coach Quinn Clinton, you don't mind that at all. Well, he apparently minds it talking to the officials about it. But what you don't mind is the foul on Kai Isaac, because he's a smaller player going up against a big fella. He's going to have to put his body on the line there. He's going to have to try and there occasionally go beyond what's legal to try and keep a player that size. And the Saints tossing in the towel, bringing in the backups.
That's about the most heated I've seen Quinn Clinton in 3 years. Having a good chat with Marty Davison down on the sidelines.
Nick Mazinski, if he hits this one, he's going to get subbed out too, and it'll be down to the second unit of the Saints to finish this one off.
12 of 24 from the Chemist Warehouse today. The Saints came in, as you said, the #1 team in the competition.
84% coming into this game. In a 16-point ball game, they've left 12 points there. If you hit your normal percentage, they've got another 9, and this is a vastly different game.
Something for the Saints to work on during the week. Here's Taylor Britt. Bowen on debut here in the NZNBL today. I like what we've seen. Tama Isaac keeps it alive to Bowen, who flushes it down, and this crowd comes to life again.
Bowen's a guy we haven't mentioned much. 7 for 14 from the field, 17 points. He's got 8 rebounds. He's got 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks as well. I think a nice active long defender to mix into the bigs that they already had in the tool belt.
Now on the next whistle, the Rams will empty the bench. And I'm telling you now, there'll be a standing ovation from this crowd from what they've seen here this afternoon.
Well, put him on the spot now. What I'll tell you is that's going to be 5 teenagers on the floor for the Rams at that point.
Britt to Bowen, can't finish. Well, those 5 teenagers, they want a whistle. There it is, they're ready to go.
Good foul, Tama Isaac. That's a good man. Comes up, gets a foul, gets these guys in, says, young fellas, come out. And
have a listen to this crowd, Case. Have a listen to this crowd. Very appreciative of what they've seen from their Chargers today.
Oh, I'm going to be honest though, Justin. Nobody's standing. No, they love the Rams. They love the effort they put forth. To be honest, I think a little spoiled. You see this kind of effort and this kind of work rate week in, week out. You can take it for granted. Not every team is able to play with this amount of intensity for 40 minutes. Their depth helps them, but it's also the mindset of the players, and it's a championship mindset. Back-to-back, searching for 3.
Gee, they've been treated, haven't they, over the last couple of years, this crowd. A lot to rejoice if you're a Rams fan. Champions in 23, champions in 24, and they're about to take down the 12-time champs in the Saints here today. Martin into the action. Oh, Kate, how about that? Harker Kate, 17 years of age out of Christ College.
Nice to see the young fellas get on. Are they going to cross the 100-point mark, though? That's what the fans want to see.
Dougal Meter. And they've got a chance here with 20 seconds to play.
Remember, every bucket matters. It's not like the NBA. We're not going to be dribbling out. They're trying to add to that point percentage, and if they get enough points here, they might just slip into 3rd place.
To Freddie Kate, he's been fouled.
Remember
What's the foul count here? Is he off to the strike?
Not yet. Next one. But remember all that chatting that Quinn Clinton was doing earlier? He just got the whistle. That was exactly what he was talking about. Give me the call on those hands. Gets it there. 15 seconds left for the Rams to cross that triple digits.
Let's see what the youngsters can do here. As you said, 5 teenagers on the floor right now. Oh, gee, I thought that was there. Holmes with a chance. He's fouled and he's off to the Chemist Warehouse.
With .2 on the clock. Get it in just underneath. A chance for 100.
17 years of age, Jake Holmes, out of Rangiora High School. First one is good. They're on 99. These 5 kids have to go to school tomorrow, Case.
That always makes me laugh.
A chance to bring up the triple figures. And that won't count on the buzzer. That'll get waved away. Big win this afternoon for the Wheeler Motor Company. Canterbury Rams. They take down the Mills Albert Wellington Saints by 18 points in the end. So much to like about the 23-24 champs. Still got Sean McDonald to come in and CJ Penner, 2 imports. And of course, local talent, Walter Brown, set to return on Wednesday night from an ankle injury. Lots of stories. 4 players in double-digit scoring for the Rams, led by the captain, Taylor Brett. He had 26 this afternoon. He is your game MVP. And he's down on the sidelines now with Casey Frank.
Well, that looked like a lot of fun for the Rams. You're playing with a lot of intensity. You're playing on it together. What's it feel like captaining this group that obviously is pretty locked in?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Playing together over the past 2 years, we've got a lot of continuity. And the way that Quinn's stepped up, built on what we've done the past 3 or 4 years, has been amazing so far to play.
You've got some veterans, but you've also got some youth, and this youth is stepping up immediately. How has this transition for them being successful athletes and successful parts of this championship caliber club come around so quickly?
Oh yeah, no, big time. You can see the way they play for their rep team and their high school team, and Quinn just have the confidence in them to come out here and do the same on this stage, and it's amazing to see them taking the opportunities.
Do the Rams have another level? You still have imports to come. It's early in the season, but it looks like an end-of-the-season type team. You guys are well drilled. What does this team look like if they continue to get better?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Quinn would agree that we're at the end-of-year form just yet, but getting Walt back, hopefully Shorty and CJ to come in soon, it's going to be a lot of fun to add those guys in and keep us rolling.
Well, I'll let you get to the huddle. Appreciate it, Tom, and great job today.
Taylor Britt started today with 26 points. He had plenty of helpers. The Rams get home by 18. A big, big win over the Saints. Well, what a victory today for the team in red. He's got the young man, Casey Frank. Have a listen to this interview. Here's Tama Isaac.
Well, Tama, the first thing I want to know is I tried to grab you for a question at the end of the third quarter. Did you fake a cramp just to avoid the interview?
No, absolutely not. I was actually cramping. I wasn't trying to avoid anything.
No, just jokes, obviously, but a big moment for today for the Rams. Took on a challenge and played very well. For you, the shots early, that three-point shot going, the confidence looks high on that. Where's that confidence coming from? You've been working on it, obviously, but in game, you're taking those shots early and often.
I mean, it's just all the players in the team as well. They trust me with me shooting the shot early on. So the confidence they build for me to bring into those shots, it just makes it so much easier for me to shoot those.
Still a young fella, still in your teenage years, but you've grown in confidence from one season to the next and affecting basketball with a winning way. What's been the mindset change? What's been the workout? How have you advanced in this last year from being a good piece of the puzzle to a larger piece of the puzzle that's really affecting the outcome?
Obviously, it's been the off season. Like, we were still together as a preseason group, all the younger boys, so we were like training every day still. So that obviously helped, and just putting in the work in the off season, that was probably the main thing. So it's made it much easier for us to go through this year.
Who wins one-on-one, you or Kaya?
Me, obviously.
Shot, bro. Appreciate it, Tom.
I think Tama and Kaya get that question separately every single time from Casey. So, Chemist Warehouse stats in this one this afternoon. Gee, if you're a Rams fan, you're pretty happy with what you've seen. They win the rebound count by 12. Look at that Chemist Warehouse stripe, though. 73%, 8 of 11. 13 of 27 for the Saints at 48%. And that was telling in the end case.
Free throws made a big difference. If you're able to get 12 of those to come in, you're not too far off the pace. I appreciate the way the Saints played. They kept playing hard. They never took a backward step, but they were just never able to affect the Rams offense for enough consecutive possessions to get themselves back in this ballgame.
Official stats partner of the NZNBL, Chemist Warehouse. Here's the results so far. Week 3, Mad March. The Fi get home. The Saints with a big win. The Nuggets over the Jets. The Fi too strong for the Panthers. As we turn over the page, Bulls got the Giants. Airs big winners over the Hawks. Cullen Davison with a triple-double. Jets home by 3 against the Sharks. We've just seen the Rams take down the Saints. What a big game coming your way on Sky Sport tonight. The Tuatara and the Giants both searching for their first win. This is the way the ladder looks, Case.
And there are the Rams sneaking into 3rd place on points percentage. And the Saints go from 4th to out of the top 6. The Hawke's Bay Hawks get in there, and there's the Saints sitting there in 7th position. The Nuggets, the Sharks there, but the big one tonight, Giants to Atara. Somebody's has to go. Who's going to rise? Who's going to fall?
Well, we're about to say goodbye to Mad March and hello to Amped April. This is what's coming your way. Airs and the Rams on Wednesday, Saints and the Bulls Thursday, a couple of games on Friday night, Panthers and the Nuggets, Sharks and the Tuatara. And we keep going on Saturday and Sunday. The Giants and the Airs, Fi and the Hawks, Nuggets and the Tuatara next Sunday afternoon.
Good fun
Oh,
indeed.
hang on.
One more. I was going to say, I don't think we're going to Dunedin on Sunday. Wait, we're going to Manawa 2. We're going to be at Fly Palmy Arena, me and you, and Sky Sport 5, Sky Open as well. Finishing with the Panthers and Sharks.
Do we get paid overtime, Case?
You get paid?
Hope you've enjoyed it today.
Wait, I got to talk about this, Justin.
It's been a big win for the Rams. Hey, but it's not done with yet. Such an important game coming from Event Finder Stadium shortly. Tuatara and the Giants, both with a 0-3 start to the season, badly needing a win. Rob Lowe coming back. Keep your eye on that one. Keep your eye on the team in red. The Rams with a big win this afternoon over the Saints. They get them by 18.